Welcome to tonight's GMC matchup between Lakota West and the Princeton Vikings. I'm Brent Phelan along with
Ken Yablonsky,
and we'll be calling the game tonight. It's a big matchup here between two teams that are both 2-0 in the conference and both defending champions from last year.
Yeah, we've got a great matchup coming, Brent. We've got two teams that are 2-1, like you said, but the one loss has an asterisk by it because both of these teams have a loss against a very good GCL team. Princeton losing to Moeller, West losing to St. X. Both those games put them in position to compete in this very tough GMC.
And we'll see a lot of commonality between the two teams. If you look at their defenses, Lakota West number 4 in the GMC, Princeton number 5. You can, from an offensive perspective, defense, Princeton is number 2 and Lakota West is number 4.
So Princeton, key player for Princeton is going to be Landon Myree. Brent, he is a dynamic receiver. They have him listed at tight end, 6'6", 230 pounds. So far, 13 catches for well over 150 yards, 3 touchdowns. Had 7 catches against Moeller for 102 yards. He is committed to Arizona State.
And for Lakota West, we also have a wide receiver. It's a 6'1", 194-pound senior, Tyson Davis. Tyson has over 360 yards receiving on 20 catches and 4 touchdowns in the first 3 games. Last week, he had 180 yards receiving, which broke the 20-year single-game receiving record held by Josh Chichester. He does have an offer from Southern Miss, and he's a true hybrid. You'll see him play both running back and wide receiver tonight.
We'll be right back after this break.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
All right, I'm in the house.
Okay, what do you see?
Nothing yet. Hold on. I think I just heard something. I'm heading upstairs.
Okay, I am almost there.
I'm in the bedroom.
Okay.
Oh, shit. It's not here.
What?
The gun's not here.
What do you mean? Where is it?
Cameron, are you in there? Open the door. Cam! Come on, Cameron.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
Welcome to Firebird Stadium here on the campus of Lakota West High School for tonight's GMC matchup between two teams 2-0 in the conference, the Lakota West Firebirds and the Princeton Vikings. I'm Brent Phelan along with
Ken Yablonsky.
And we'll be calling the game for you tonight. Ken, what do you think? I mean, obviously a big early season matchup here in the GMC.
Yeah, Brent, we've got arguably the top 2 teams in the GMC right now. Both haven't been really tested against their opponents the last 2 weeks. Week 1, they each played a GCL school. Princeton played Moeller, West played St. X. Gets them ready for a season, gets them ready for a game like this.
So it's similar last year, right? The two teams finished the season 8-1 in the GMC and tied for the championship, although Princeton did get Lakota West in the regular season game.
Yeah, and Brent, we've got an exciting broadcast for you planned. Joint broadcast between Westchester Cable, ICRC, and Fox 19.3. 11 cameras. I'm not sure where. I counted 8 down there. There's one behind us. There's probably one on the roof. Who knows what else they have in store. But really exciting to be here. Thanks to all the the staff, the cameramen, the truck, the crew, the producers. Takes a lot to put this on, and we're excited to be here.
What a great partnership, and great for the communities and great for the players that they get this chance to be seen over and over this week. So pretty exciting from that perspective as well. So what do you think? What do you think on the outlook for tonight's game?
You know, Brent, we were talking pregame. We don't know if this is going to be an offensive blast on both teams scoring left and right, or a good defensive battle. Princeton's very dynamic. They can score in a hurry. They have to take care of the ball. Their quarterback's thrown a few interceptions this season so far. He has to make sure they're under control. Princeton has to make sure they don't get penalized too often. West, on the other hand, ball control, good running game. 2 top receivers, as we talked about in our pregame player profiles, between Davis and Myrie for Princeton. Going to be exciting either way, whatever happens.
And that's for sure. There's a lot of outstanding athletes on the field tonight. I think Lakota West has 7 or 8 players that all have Division I scholarship offers at this point.
10, Brent.
10. And Princeton has a number as well. So like you mentioned, it's hard to figure, right? We know they both have some dynamic offenses against the not strong teams, and we know they both struggled a little bit offensively against the really good teams.
Yeah,
so here we are. It looks like Lakota West is going to kick off. Keep the ball on the ground. Good kick that forced him to pick it up around the 1-yard line, but he does a nice job getting it out. Going to advance the ball out around the 20-yard line. Looks like they might spot him just outside the 20. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Princeton Vikings from their own 21-yard line.
And to me, that looked intentional. That kick didn't look like a mishit. It looked like they were intentionally trying to make Princeton field the ball on a hop, hoping for an early game mistake by the Vikings.
You know, and it's interesting. You mentioned that. You know, the kicker for Lakota West is one of those with the Division I offer. Kofi Adebofer, who has plenty of legs, so you're right. It definitely appeared to be intentional. So here we go. Quarterback Barnes behind center here in a shotgun.
And our first penalty. We were saying both teams have to avoid giving extra yards to their opponent.
So offsides the call against Lakota West. That's going to put Princeton in a good early 1st and 5 situation, which is always nice when you're trying to get that offense up and running.
Yeah, I'm excited to see this West defense tonight. We've got DJ Edwards and Cam Thomas, both middle linebackers, both captains, seniors, both D1 offers. See how they attack this Princeton offense.
Yeah, I think they are 4th and 5th in the GMC in tackling. So here we go, run up the middle. Great penetration from the interior of the Lakota West defense. Running back did a nice job just to avoid that and get maybe 2 yards. Put him in 2nd and 3.
Andrew Fryer was on the tackle there from his outside linebacker position. So Princeton, I think they have to have ball control. I think they want to just grind it out in the beginning, keep the ball out of West's hands.
You know, and obviously they need to find some ways to get the ball in the hands of Myrie.
Yeah, but West has to know where he is at all times.
Yeah, it's interesting, as you mentioned earlier, they line him up or list him as a tight end. That's a false start, so they're going to take those 5 yards back against Princeton. Going to make it 2nd and about 7 or 8. Looks like they'll spot it at about 8, so that will make it a little bit of a tougher situation here for Princeton. But you know, Myrie is the old school split end, right? So is he a wide receiver? Is he a tight end? Doesn't do a lot of inline blocking, but get him the ball and good things happen from the Princeton perspective, even against a team like Moore, who's obviously one of the top teams in the region, if not the state.
Yeah, 7 catches against Moeller, 102 yards, 2 touchdowns. He's 6'6", 230, and he's got great hands.
There you go, going to try. It looks like Zion Neal, the former Lakota East Thunderhawk, trying to make a play there and was tackled for a pretty significant loss. We'll see where they spot it, but it's going to make it 3rd and really long for the Vikings.
Yeah, Neal coming over from East. He played receiver at East, and this year, first season at Princeton. A lot of height to him, long arms, can get open.
See what they can do here. So they're going to spot it as a 3rd and 14 for the Vikings at their own 16-yard line. So here we go. Big play. See if Lakota West can get off the field on the defensive side. Going to run the ball again. Looks like not near enough.
No, West was not taken aback by that off tackle right there.
So pretty good defensive series for the Firebirds after the early penalty set them up with a 1st and 5.
DJ Edwards had a good read on that, a nice tackle, off tackle, so Princeton's going to have to punt it away, and West is going to wind up with very good field position.
It looks like they're lining up. Chris Bradley, who's really been a great newcomer there, a junior cornerback, but also special teams star for them, is going to be lined up around his own 47-yard line, 48-yard line to try to receive this punt. So if he can simply catch the punt, Lakota West is going to have good. Punt doesn't make it. See where the roll ends up. Pretty good roll for Princeton.
Yeah, a couple extra yards on the bounce, but West is still going to only have half the field to go. So great first defensive possession.
So 9 minutes.
Firebirds.
9 minutes and 27 seconds to go here still in the first quarter. We're going to see Lakota West offense for the first time starting at their own 42-yard line. So about a 20-yard plus from a field position from where Princeton was forced to start. We're going to see a lot out of Jackson Smith, the quarterback. He's a junior, 6'4", 201. Going to be in shotgun for most of the time. Had a lot of success the last 2 weeks throwing the ball. Struggled a bit in week 1.
We're going to rely on Kenyon Norman to get the bulk of the carries, and he does get.
Nice little cut back. He's going to get about 5. Good run. So it's going to be 2nd and 5 for Lakota West. And looked like he tried to run it up the middle and able to bounce it just a couple holes outside and got 5 yards out of it. Maybe that looks like we're going to spot him again a 4.
Princeton has a relatively young defense, couple sophomores, mostly juniors, and only a handful of seniors on their defense here. So West is going to try and exploit the inexperience of Princeton, but it's going to be smash mouth for them. They're just going to try, run, have their line control the line of scrimmage there. Another handoff.
With Norman again, nothing there. Nice job by the Princeton defensive end. Keeping the outside contained there, good leverage.
Looks like Elijah Waller on the tackle, as well as Nate Kennedy. And Kennedy is Princeton's leading tackler.
So similar to what we saw for Princeton. It's going to be 3rd and pretty long. Right now we're going to be looking at a 3rd and 7 from the 45-yard line. Lakota West looking over to the sideline. See if they can get a play call in here. Keep your eye on number 5. We talked about him on the intro. He is a dynamic receiver and averaging over 120 yards a game receiving so far this early season.
You talked about Norman looking to go up the middle and then changing course. That's because Demir Richardson is 6'2", 304-pound sophomore.
Got a receiver open deep. He's going to catch it. Nice throw from Jackson Smith. Receiver broke open early.
Jaden Brogdon showing some nice hands there. Left good coverage by the Princeton corner, but Brogdon went high and brought the catch in.
And that's number 9 for them. It looks like we might have a flag at the end of the play there. See what we have. It looks like it's in the range of perhaps a unsportsmanlike conduct type situation.
We're going to see this again, and you see quarterback drop back, and Brogdon leaps over the corner, number 2 candidate, and I don't know, was it taunting maybe?
Yeah.
They kind of stood over him after he caught the ball. I don't know if that's what they called.
I know they've said that's a point of emphasis this season. You know, under the NFL world, that's you got mossed. You went right over the top of the defender and caught the ball, but it's going to be interesting because as a result of the play and then the penalty, we're going to have the ball spotted now at the Princeton side of the field at the 42-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Firebirds. So they still get a first down out of it.
And you could turn on any game on Sunday and you see that all the time. And now these kids aren't really like that, unfortunately.
Trying to bounce the ball outside, nothing there. That's Norman again. They're definitely trying to get the ball into Norman's hands as much as they can, and not a lot so far.
Now Corey Bonner Jr. had a nice read on that, and along with 2 of his teammates made the tackle for loss.
They're going to spot that for about a 2-yard loss, making it 2nd and 12 for the Firebirds at the 39-yard line. So they're going to have to do something a little bit different, right? I mean, they 3rd and long, they threw the ball successfully. Not usually how you want to make a living, right? Only throwing the ball when they know you're going to throw it. So here we are, 2nd and 12.
Yeah, I think the game plan for both of these teams is to keep the ball out of the hands of their opponent. They want to be on offense as long as possible.
Spread the field.
But they can't put themselves in 3rd and long consistently.
Here he's going to throw it deep. He's going to overthrow everyone. And that's probably a good throw. It appeared the safety had a good read on that. That was number 11, Bradley, who was also the punt returner out there on the outside.
Quarterback gets hit after the play there.
In the back after the play. A little surprising after they called that early. Unsportsmanlike that they weren't on top of that one.
Yeah.
And then here we go. It looks like a late flag, but now they're calling it. So it is a roughing the passer. Good call from our camera and our booth. They definitely had it under control. So that's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Firebirds. We talked about in the opener also, right? You've got to be careful of these penalties, and there's been a lot of yellow on the field so far tonight.
That's been haunting Princeton all year and for a number of years. They're so talented and they have great athletic ability, but they're not as disciplined as I think Coach Andre Parker wants them to be.
Pretty good hesitation from Norman. Nothing right away. Again, when he tried to go to his right, nothing there. Waited a step or two, cut back inside, and I think was able to make it for about a 3-yard gain.
Yeah, he ran right into Jaden Freeman, who's going to bring him down. Princeton has some meat up front between 280 and 304 nose tackles. It's going to be hard to run up the middle. They're going to have to bounce to the outside if they want to get some plays.
So here we go. It's going to be a 2nd and 7. But as we talk, we're 6 minutes into the game. Each team's had a 15-yard penalty. Each team has had a false start or an offsides. I mean, so at least 4 or 5 penalties so far. Trying to reverse it the other direction. Nice little cutback from Davis, and that's what we talked about. That Tyson Davis for the Firebirds, he's the Deebo Samuel type, right? He's a running back, a wide receiver, whatever you need. Just try to get the ball into his hands, and he gets some success. He gained 6 on the play.
Yeah, it's nice to have that option when you're not behind the quarterback. You're coming out of the slot and getting the inside handoff there. Throws a little more dynamic into possible runability and spot-on Deebo Samuel type player.
And that's one of those things as a former offensive lineman, it's nice because it makes the defensive line have to look and the linebacker see where the guy's coming from and gives you a little bit more time to get in position to make the block. 30 short for the Firebirds. Nice run. Looks like it's going to be tried to cut it out and get extra yards, and it's going to be close.
Yeah, I'm not sure he got it. He only needed 1.
He was stopped by number 10, Larry Jeffries.
Looks like they're definitely going to spot him short. Looked like had he just stayed on the first path he had, he could have got the first down. He tried to bounce it a bit and get a bigger gain, and unfortunately put him into this 4th and 2 situation.
Yeah, give the Vikings defense and linebackers credit for getting that for a tackle for loss of 1 yard. So 4th and 2, and obviously West's going to go for it here.
So there we have it. It's only 5 seconds left on the play clock, so they're going to need to get this play off quickly, or we might see a timeout from Coach. There it is. Thought that might happen. This is a pretty key play, right? I mean, you're in field goal range, so if you wanted a field goal, you could do that. Obviously, it looks like they want to go for it, 4th and 2. Lakota West has a running back in Norman who is legit, so you would like to think you can get 2 yards when you need it, but you did mention Princeton's got some, they've got some beef in the interior there.
Yeah, you've got Kofi Abadofar, who can easily make this kick, but I think Coach Bolden's thinking, I'm going to need more than 3 to win this game. I need to score in 6s and 7s in order to beat this Princeton team. So interesting, they're not going to take the points, go up on the lead, but they're in great position. They're giving Princeton a long field. If they don't get the first here.
Right, and let's talk about that. What are the keys to the game for these two teams tonight? When we look at it from Princeton's perspective.
Yeah, they need to stop Norman on the ground.
So far, so good.
Yeah, they need to have consistent quarterback play. Like we said earlier, he's thrown a couple interceptions, even in the games they lost. He's made some, I don't want to say bad decisions, but a little hurried and rushed decisions there.
So here we go, the 4th and 2. 4 minutes and 17 seconds to go in the first quarter. Big play, and Lakota West false start.
Yep. Miscommunication on the snap count there, and now what do? Do you go and
It sure looks
attempt
like
the points here?
It sure looks like 4th and 7. I think you go for the field goal. Yeah, so we'll see it on the left end here. You're going to see number 54 just got a little bit of an early start. So that's going to be a 5-yard penalty against West, and it's going to move them to a 4th and 7, and we're going to chance to see if they can get a field goal here.
Yeah, looking at about a 36-yard, 38-yard field goal here.
See what they can do, if they can get on the board first here. It's a snap, hold, kick. Plenty of leg. That's good.
That would have been good from 48.
Yeah, he's definitely got the leg. I know they talked in practice that he has the leg from almost 60. Now, obviously, it gets a little inaccurate when you get that far out, but
it's a great
most
weapon
people
to
do.
have at the high school level. You know, a lot of high school kickers, you need to be inside the 20, but not for West.
And I think
you get points. And
I think that's key, right? You looked like you were struggling a bit. You got the big pass, then you got the penalty that moved you forward. I think getting points was a pretty good decision there for Coach Bolden.
So 3-0 here, and Princeton will get the ball back with about a little over 4 minutes left in the first. See the West cheerleaders excited about that first score. Hear the band in the background. It is a beautiful night for Friday Night Lights here in Westchester. Fantastic view. Sun's going to go down soon, and we'll be in heaven here, but awesome night for football. Be outside, enjoy watching these young athletes play.
So here's Kofi going to kick for West. See if he kicks it deep this time. He kicks him through the end zone about half the time, but last time they had him squib it. So we'll see what he does this time around. Still kicking the same direction. There he's going to kick it a little bit deeper through the end zone. That's what we're used to seeing from him the last year or two. So it was a little surprising when they started doing it a little different on the first kick.
Try and catch him off guard, try and get a bobble mistake or something like that. But now with the lead, you're going to have him start at the 20.
At the 20, and that's really the key. It's not like the NFL where we mix and match and 30s and 35s and everything. It is a defensive weapon when you can make the team go 80 yards, and especially a team like Princeton, who's had some inconsistent quarterback play, and they have a penchant for penalties. Going 80 yards is tough.
Well, I would imagine. I haven't seen him run back a kick yet, but I would imagine if they break to the outside, they're going to get some good yards on a return.
So here we go. They're going to run the ball to the left side again. Got a little bit of a gap. He could be loose. He's past midfield, still on his feet. One man to beat. He's going to take it the distance, 80 yards. There's a spike, so there's going to be a 15-yard penalty. But a touchdown nonetheless. They don't take that away from you. Yeah, although there's been some conversation about that. If you want to stop taunting and unsportsmanlike and celebration and all those things that everybody under 50 thinks is fun.
Yeah, again, we got to emulate what we see on TV. But David Hambrick there,
watch this, just
cuts it right through the line, beats the West defender and beats the corners, and the safety's got to just try and chase him down and can't catch up. Hambrick to the house.
And, the thing is, Lakota West has speed. I mean, they've made a history of having some great defensive backs and some people back there. And, if he was even, he was leaving. He really ran that ball fast and hard and made it all the way. So congratulations to him and to that offensive line. They gave him just a little bit of room, and that's all he needed. Going to be interesting here, right? They're going to take the penalty on the
walk off the yards here on the extra point.
So they're going to make this into a 35 or 6-yard attempt for Princeton.
Their kicker.
So I think that's Lakota West thinking that taking the penalty here gives them a chance to get a miss and stay within 3 points. And he does miss.
He had the distance, just missed it a little wide left.
Good coaching decision there, right? One of those things that you don't really notice in the stats anywhere, except the fact that they made it into a difficult kick. And now, with 4:01 to go, the Princeton Vikings lead Lakota West 6-3.
Couldn't tell who kicked that for Princeton. I don't know if that was Nate Messer or one of the Holloway boys. Couldn't quite see the number with the sun in my eyes there, but we'll make sure we give credit to the kicker later on in this broadcast.
So, wow, right?
Yeah, 2 scores within 20 seconds of one another.
After watching the first 7 minutes of the game, a little bit surprised to see somebody take it to the house like that.
Princeton is dynamic. I mean, once their running backs, receivers can break away, they've got some speed. Safeties have to do a better job of getting the angle to chase them down, and the corners have to contain, but Hambrick was just gone. He turned it on as soon as he got past that initial tier of defenders, sprinted toward the end zone, and West couldn't catch up.
Not at all. So here we go. We're going to see a kickoff now from Princeton. Looks like number 47 Messer is definitely the kickoff man. Got 2 back for the Firebirds. Bradley on one side. Here he goes, going to catch it around his own 8. Going to bring the ball up toward the middle. Nice little hesitation there. Little stop and go. And he's going to take the ball out just past the 30-yard line.
Yeah, going back to these penalties, you've got a taunting penalty on West. You've got a celebration penalty on Princeton. That's something that drives coaches nuts. It drives them wild. You know, you can preach that as much as you want in the locker room, but a game like this, when the emotions are running high and you're excited to make a play, it's a shame that you get penalized for something like that, but that's the rules. You got to play within those rules.
And it is kind of interesting, you know, my kids laugh because they're like, you know, you old heads, anybody over 50, you're like, clearly it's a penalty, and anybody younger is like, that's stupid. Why can't you celebrate? So here we go, 1st and 10 for the Firebirds from the run 31-yard line. Going to have Norman run the ball up the middle, gains about 3.
Yeah, West is going to have to run some screen plays or run that jet sweep again. I don't know if they're going to get too many opportunities up the middle.
Yeah, definitely 3 yards has been a pretty good run when they run it straight up the middle so far, and it's hard to make a living 3 yards in a cloud of dust anymore. So we'll see what they do now. They're going to have to try to come up with something a little bit different. I don't know if we might see Smith run the ball a little bit. No, he's not a star runner, but trying to do something a little bit different perhaps. Interesting play there, right? A little bit of an RPO, I believe. It's going to be just short of the first down. Going to mark him around the 40-yard line. We'll see where it's spotted, 39.
Key player Tyson Davis again.
And if you saw that, right, they
We're going to watch this again. Yeah, we'll see Smith.
Jackson Smith's going to fake running the ball forward and then just flip it out to Davis. Any way they can get the ball, so really a long handoff.
Yeah, get him out in the flat there. Get him out, you know, it's a little mini screen pass, like you said, RPO. But get him on the outside of the tackles, and I think that's what they're going to need to do to get some yardage here.
So it makes it a 3rd and very manageable 2 for Lakota West. 2 receivers wide. Going to run the ball right up the middle. Nice hesitation. He's going to get the first down, but no more than those 2.5 yards he needed. Princeton's doing a great job of recovering, right? It looks like there's a little bit of hole. Gets a couple yards without contact, and then it closes quickly.
Yeah, their outside linebackers, their middle linebackers had a lot of talent there. So they're not just relying on their ends and their defensive tackles to make the play. They know they have some support behind them.
We're seeing a lot of Norman and Davis, which is what we said was a key for Princeton to stop those 2.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised they haven't tried to throw the ball to Davis yet.
So 1st and 10 for the Firebirds, 1:55 to go, trailing 6-3. Nice hole up the middle for that time. Gain of about 12 or 13 yards, so it'll be another first down for the Firebirds.
Yeah, they're moving the chains. They want the ball in their hands, keeping it out of Princeton's hands. Nice job, good clock management here, and just the easy inside handoff right through the A-gap. Just followed the lead block of 87.
Yeah, that's that big tight end, Xavier Radica. So he's definitely a guy at 6'6", 230 you can follow a long way. So here we go, 1st and 10 for the Firebirds in Princeton territory. Hands off to Norman again. Nice backside pursuit from Princeton. Looked like there might have been a hole again. He's going to gain 2. But somebody coming from the backside was able to pull him down. They're going to spot him even shorter than that. Gain of about 1.
Yeah, Terrence Jones brought him down from behind once he got past him. Limited the West run there. See, Jones kind of shed his block and kind of looped around and got him from behind, big number 18.
Sounds like Lakota West and their coaches might be trying to play action or do something a little bit, because the defense is definitely reacting to that run. So if you can pull them in or hold them steady, and then perhaps to get the ball outside to Davis or Brogdon again. Good penetration. He's going to hurdle over one guy, but it's going to put him in a 3rd and 6.
Number 3, Norman, again,
At about the 43-yard line of Princeton.
Yeah, Norman with just a short gain there of 3 yards. And West seems very content with just moving the ball slowly down the field. They need to limit the big play from Princeton, so.
They are going to have to run one more play. 34 seconds to go in the quarter, but only 17 on the play clock. So we'll see what Lakota West can do here. Big third down.
6, yeah, 3rd and 6 in Princeton territory.
See if they get this off. Only 5 seconds on the play clock. Looks like they got lined up. Smith back to pass. Good pass right there to Davis. Going to get the first down and more. Still on his feet. Steps out around the 30-yard line. So with 9 seconds to go in the fourth quarter, another nice third down conversion for Lakota West.
And that's what we've been missing. We've been missing that little quick pass out to the flat. It's only the second time West has thrown the ball. But Davis does a good job holding it in and knowing where he had to get to for the first down.
And what's important, like you mentioned there, is other than the ball a little bit deep to Brogdon, these are really just extended handoffs. They're getting the ball out on the edge, getting it outside of that middle of the Princeton defense. Going to hopefully, from the West perspective, get Princeton spread out a little bit. Here they go, 1st and 10 from just inside the 30-yard line. Going to throw deep again, see if he can get back to the ball. Going to be incomplete as the quarter expires.
Yeah, just out of the outstretched arms of number 11 for West, Chris Bradley, who's gotten a lot of action here. But that'll take us to our first break, or to our next commercial break. It is Princeton 6, Lakota West 3.
Can't believe you're doing this alone.
I've done it before.
I remember. You threw your back out. How you holding up?
Hand me that board.
Nothing wrong with getting help.
I'm good.
I did it when Felicia left.
I'll figure it out.
I know you will, but you don't have to do it alone. That's all I'm saying.
If I promise to look into it, will you drop it and help me build this fence?
Now you need my help.
It can be a real pain sometimes, you know that?
Mm-hmm.
If you or a veteran you know needs support, don't wait.
Welcome back to Firebird Stadium here for the beginning of the third quarter. It's a 2nd and 10 for Lakota West, trailing 6-3. Ken?
Yeah, West has slowly moved down the field. That's only their third pass there, or fourth pass. They completed 2. One was negated, or one was complete, but then called back with a unsportsmanlike penalty. The other was a nice little out pass, but Princeton scored on a quick play in the first quarter, and West just kind of methodically marching down. But now they're faced with 3rd and 10.
3rd and 10. They ran 2 deep throws that time, I guess trying to stretch out the defense a little bit, hoping to get over on them, or at a minimum, probably trying to get them to spread the defense back a little bit, because they've been tough sledding in the inside.
Yeah, most of West's runs have gone for 3, 4, and 5 yards, so they're trying to get something a little more than that. 3rd and 10, they drop back to pass again.
So it's a screen, and unfortunately, they're going to get him for a loss. Nice defense. Had a couple linemen out there with him, but they didn't see the Princeton defender coming up underneath.
Yeah, Nate Canada, arguably Princeton's best defender there, was not fooled. He saw the linebackers or the offensive line dropping back and knew that was a screen pass.
So what do you think? Are they going to try a field goal here? It's 4th and 12.
I don't know.
Looks like they're going to try one from about 48 yards.
Wow.
He has the leg. You commented it was good from 48 last time.
Yeah, we'll see what happens here. Abdul definitely has the leg, and he was very accurate. So West looking to tie the game here with the strong leg.
Snap, hold, kick, blocked. It was a low kick, blocked, picked up. The kicker tried to pick it up and was hit hard by the Princeton player. It's going to be first down for the Princeton Vikings at the 42-yard line in Lakota West. So big defensive play or special teams play from Princeton, and you could tell he kicked it pretty low, trying to drive it from that distance.
Yeah, you know, your angle of attack on the field goal has to be a little lower, so West or Princeton's line could get their big paws up, and Elijah Waller did a good job corralling that in. But Princeton's going to start in fairly good field position here. Not what West wanted.
So obviously, from a Princeton perspective, I mean, with Lakota West 1st and 10 at your 30, you were nervous that points were on the way, and great outcome. They're going to hand the ball. It's going to be a back to the other side, and then he's going to throw it. Looks like the defender's running stride for stride.
That's almost picked off by West.
So a lot of motion there, right? A handoff to the left, brought the the receiver out around to the right to try to throw it deep, and didn't fool Lakota West defender at all. You're going to see it right here. That's Chris Bradley again. We've talked about him several times. He was stride for stride, had his head turned around, saw the ball coming, jumped up for it, and wasn't able to bring it down. They were both right there at the sideline, so even if he did bring it down, I'm not sure he would have stayed in bounds. But
Princeton taking shots at it here. I mean, I think their thought process is, I got some quick receivers, some tall receivers. My guys can make plays. A little confusion there on the handoff.
And Neal gets thrown down, but the ball does get over to, I believe that's to Barnes. Or Hamrick, we'll see who actually ended up with Hamrick. David Hamrick, who had that 80-yard touchdown, got the ball there, was able to advance at a yard, so it's 3rd and 9. Definitely not where you want to be, frankly, tonight for either of these offenses. 3rd and long has not been a great place to be.
Yeah, it seemed like Barnes and Hamrick, one thought one was going to go the other way, and they kind of wound up colliding into each other, leaving it long for Princeton with 3rd and 9, and Barnes is going to have to throw on a 3rd and long here. Motion man's going to be Fields.
He's going to throw it out to him wide, kind of what I talked about before. It's going to be just short.
Good defensive play.
So you're going to be 4th and about 2. When they spot this, I think they're going to spot it right on the 50-yard line. So, but definitely more manageable. And Princeton right to the line of scrimmage, 4th and 2 here. See if they can make something happen. And now they see Lakota West in position, and they step back, and that's the old check with me, right? You get to the line. If there's not, if the defense isn't ready, you move it. There they go. They're going to try to run the ball straight up the middle. He's tackled.
Looks like he's
short.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, the spot from here is going to mark him a yard short. So it looks like it's going to be Lakota West ball at their own 49-yard line.
What a great defensive stand by Lakota West.
It looked like he might tackle him forward to get it, right? He kind of was spinning him around toward the front of the forward, and I thought they were going to get the first down. There's another one, right? He got to the hole. It looked like no problem getting 2 yards.
Yeah, I'd like to see that one again if we can.
They closed him down. So that's a back-to-back pretty big plays, right?
Oh, huge. Yep, we're going to see.
Let's see again. Yeah, there's
see
Barnes.
The defense just kind of stand them up. I couldn't quite tell who on West, but look at the West player 44 pulling them backwards.
And that was a pretty big play there.
That was Jordan Navarez. Yeah, made sure that the Princeton back did not fall forward, like you said, because that's all he had to do.
Here's Norman up the middle, going to gain about 3. I feel like that's been about what West is getting up the middle so far today, about 3 yards.
Yeah, and they seem content with that, because if you can get 3 yards on 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, if you have good field position, you're going to go for it. If you can get 4 yards on one of those, you're fine. You know, you don't want the ball in the hands of Barnes. We haven't seen Myrie on Princeton yet do anything. They're doing a good job of containing him. Neal has only had 1 target, so West game plan is doing that, but we are going to have a false start here, I believe, on 57.
So it's going to be 2nd and 12 instead for Lakota West. And that's the hard part, right? When you're getting 3 yards to carry, it's makeable.
Can't lose 5.
But you're going to see it here on the right end, the right tackle. Actually, both the right guard, well, actually we had a couple guys move a little bit there, but
yeah, it was Sean Simmons there, unfortunately.
On the very end, is going to get that. So it's going to be 2nd and 12, 9 minutes to go here from Firebird Stadium. Princeton still leads 6-3.
Sun is setting. We can now see the field.
Lakota West is now trying to get the ball back over the territory. Good effort from Norman again to gain a half a yard, maybe one of it back. It's going to be 3rd and 11.
Yeah.
Backside penetration was there, right? He was being pulled down from behind. Looks like Norman's coming up a little gimpy. That's not what you want to see. It looks, I think what happened, number 18 for Princeton there on the defense, looked like he, Terrence Jones, the will linebacker, looked like he might have landed on the back of the running back's ankle, back of his calf there. So hopefully it's just a little bit of a tweak and nothing too serious.
So West is putting themselves in another 3rd and long situation, a situation they've found all too common the last couple possessions.
A little bit of motion coming out this side. Wow. He shot from the right defensive side. I think that's number 18 again.
That was Terrence Jones.
He shot out of a cannon. Jackson Smith didn't feel him coming.
No, he looked unblocked on that. He kind of looped around.
Yeah. Nice.
And untouched to the quarterback.
Nice stunt there from Princeton. That's going to set up a punt for Lakota West. It's 4th and 23 yards to go, so obviously they're going to punt here. Oh, so there's a penalty on Princeton. They caught Princeton with 3 guys still on the field. See what happens here. Solid punt. The punt, interestingly enough, Neal picks up the punt, tackled at his own 27-yard line. I think is where that spot's going to be. The penalty is going to be for illegal participation.
Yeah, I would imagine West is going to be pretty happy with that result. We do have a Princeton player down.
And is that the guy that's made those last couple plays for him there? Is that Terrence Jones? Looked like it might be 18. I guess I shouldn't speculate till we're sure.
Looks like a little leg cramp there. Give the boys some pickle juice, and he'll be back in soon. But see if West accepts this penalty if they're happy. They got a good bounce. I'm surprised that Neal picked that up as well. Dangerous there. But the Princeton player can't quite tell who that is, still on the ground. Let's see if we could first find out what this penalty is while the Princeton player is being attended to.
And what we had is there were 3 Princeton players did not make it off the field. West rushed out their punt team and snapped the ball pretty quickly. And the punt return unit had just come on, and a few of the guys were still out. So it wasn't 12 men on the field. It was it is 18 that was injured there.
Yeah, that is Terrence Jones. He is walking under his own power, which is a great sign for Princeton. Because that young man's had quite the defensive series.
And it did look like they were stretching it out, the typical treatment for a cramp. So hopefully it's that. He's now trying to shuffle off the field a little bit more. So
And they're sorting out the penalty. It was 4th and 23, so a 5-yard penalty will allow you to re-kick from closer, but that was a pretty good kick.
Yeah, the net effect of it was pretty solid, so we'll see exactly that. So it'll still be 4th down.
A little confusion on what's going on. The scoreboard has 1st and 10.
Yeah, that was back, I think, where they actually tried to return to punt. So here we go. It's now going to be 4th down again. We got Kofi back there to punt. So see if we can get a similar net gain. I'm with you. This is a little questionable. They had a pretty good net on that punt.
Playing the field position game. And that was almost blocked, but good.
Fair
punt
catch.
again.
I think they gained a few yards, Lakota West. I think he was closer to the 30, so it looks like that's a strong. So they gained the 5 yards. So it looks like it's going to be 1st and 10 for Princeton at their own 25-yard line. Looks like is where they're going to spot it. Yeah, so Kofi does get hit here at the end.
Looks like 21 was trying to get out of the way, and Kofi's leg hit him, but that still is a penalty.
Yeah, and normally you see that because when the kicker's extended like that, he is absolutely positively defenseless. So that is a little surprising that wasn't called.
Yep, no call. So Princeton does take over at their own 25. First and 10, 7.5 minutes left here. First half, low-scoring game.
There
Princeton
goes
6, West 3.
They fake Neal on the outside, and then they hand the ball right up the middle. It's getting a little bit chippy there, I would say. Gain of about 3 on the play. Even though the quarterback handed it off, he continued on his fake. So one of the Lakota West players kind of spun him around, even though it clearly didn't have the ball anymore. But I guess he faked it, that he had the ball. So I guess you can give him a little bit of a hit at that stage. So here we go, 2nd and 6, long 6 for the Vikings.
You know, neither team's doing anything fancy. They're running off tackle, they're running off the middle. We did see the one dynamic run there by Hambrick, but other than that,
but it wasn't.
This game's in the trenches.
There we go again. Big gain on the outside here. So he's going to take the ball out past midfield.
Is that the quarter?
That's Hambrick again.
That was Hambrick, yep.
Yeah, Hambrick with another gain. That was a gain of around 20. We'll see where they spot it. So there's 100 yards for that young man already on 2 carries. Princeton quickly to the line with 6:43 to go. West isn't quite set up. Running back breaks through the middle. Going to get another, wow, kept it going for 12 yards. So big play for Princeton again. Looked like that might have been Nehemiah Neal, a sophomore, number 16 perhaps, for that carry. Here he is again. Looks like that's who it is. So it's either a hold or a face mask out there. Couldn't quite tell, but the flag in the backfield, he's thrown for a 5-yard loss.
Yeah, nice pursuit by defense number 33, Andrew Fryer.
And it is holding. You're going to see here, there's Neal, and guy had him, and So compared to some of the things that haven't been called, that seemed a little bit limited.
Yeah, there was an angle that we didn't see, but
so that's going to make a 1st and 20 for Princeton, back to their to the Lakota West 48-yard line.
Yeah, they can't shoot themselves in the foot here. Yeah. We're going to harp on it all game. Mistakes will really haunt you.
There's been a lot
of
penalties so far. So here we go. Barnes still in shotgun. One back with him. Got some receivers. It's just a one-man route on this side. Good defensive play.
Oh, picked it off.
Intercepted on the ricochet. He's got some room here. Looks like he's past midfield, still on his feet. He's going to step out of bounds at the Princeton 46-yard line.
What an unbelievable interception there.
Well, we've been talking about him. That's Bradley again.
Chris Bradley making a statement here. Let's see this bobble here. We're going to see quarterback go back. Hits his receiver.
Right, Bradley's right with him, gets a hand in there, and then reacts while the receiver goes to the ground. He reacts. That's a big time play.
That is a huge play.
To break up if he just broke it up, you're happy. He didn't stop with that, and here he is stepping out of bounds around the 40.
The fact that he was able to tip it up in the air and have the wherewithal to know where that ball was going to come down right to himself, and a fantastic run back to boot.
Well, the Lakota West staff said he was a key newcomer for him, and boy, today he has been. So 1st and 10 for Lakota West from the Princeton 44. See what they can do here, trying to turn it around with 6:05 to go and down 3 points. Norman's going to get the corner. He's still on his feet inside the 30, down to the 22-yard line. I believe we have a penalty flag, though, downfield about 10 yards. Unfortunately, that's often where we see a hold. Those wide receivers trying to hold that block that long on the outside. And now another penalty flag. Looked like the Princeton player came up and argued with the official.
I can't fucking do it anymore, Kendall. At fucking some point.
Number 9 for West is saying, I'm staying out of this, whatever's going on here.
My guess was it might have been a hold on, but I'm wondering if it wasn't 2 penalties on Princeton. They called something on him and they got upset, and I think it's pretty obvious the second one's an unsportsmanlike. So it is a holding on Lakota West.
And an unsportsmanlike
What a
against
mistake.
Princeton.
What a mistake. I mean, they called the penalty on West. It was going to come all the way back.
Yeah, you just got to be disciplined there. There it is right there.
Yeah,
Number 9 Brogdon on the sideline and just got the extra credit. It didn't look like a hard push. I don't know if something was said out there.
What a mistake. So there you go, right? So the hold cancels out the 10-yard run, but the 15-yard penalty advances the ball. 1st and 10, Lakota West at the Princeton 29. I mean, obviously, we're kicking a dead horse or whatever, right? I mean, we've sure talked about the penalty thing, but boy, they're giving Lakota West a great opportunity to get either tie or take the lead in this game.
And there's a stoppage in play.
Yeah, offsides. The defense jumped a little bit there, so it's going to be a 1st and 5 for Lakota West. All Lakota West has to do is just keep moving here, and Princeton is doing the creating the yards for them.
Yeah.
Got to be pretty frustrated for that Princeton coaching staff. I mean, they have had penalties after great plays or after what would have been positive plays.
I know they had 12 in one of their games. I don't know if it was the Moeller game.
There we go.
We're going to see the crowd here. We got some balloons up in the air, Brent.
A little bit of red, white, and blue.
9/11 weekend here. We want to shout out to our first responders and thank them for all the work they do. We see the construction zone as well on the Princeton side. See the West cheerleaders here firing up the crowd. Everyone's having a blast here. Homecoming night at Lakota West.
Everyone is having a blast. I think that was a timeout from Princeton. Coach trying to get a handle back on his team. Right? These penalties are killing them. They're like, we're winning the game. And yet, here's Lakota West at their own at the Princeton 24, 1st and 5. So what do you think?
Yeah, they're giving them 50 extra yards on this possession alone almost.
So just to recap, it's 1st and 5 for Lakota West, Princeton 24, 5:51 to go in the second quarter, and Princeton leads 6-3, and there's another offsides on Princeton. You took a timeout. So that'll be, of course, a 1st down for Lakota West. It'll be just inside the 20-yard line, 1st and 10 at the 19.
Yeah, 1st down right there. Back-to-back penalties, giving them 10 extra yards closer to the end zone there.
That's 25 straight yards. So we'll see if Lakota West can make something happen here. Smith back to pass. Looked like they got him going deep. Got Davis in the corner.
What a catch. Did he catch it?
Can't tell. It looks like he did not hold up.
Just dropped it in the corner of the end zone there. What an effort there by Davis.
Looked like the pass was just a little late. Looked like he had a couple steps and a pretty good pass, but it gave the defense a chance to recover. So number 12 for Princeton was beat early, but Corey Bonner Jr. was able to recover and make a good defensive play.
And I love that pass from Smith because he put it in a spot that only his receiver could catch it. It wasn't going to get intercepted. Great decision there. Davis had a chance to make a play, which he normally does. Good football right there.
And that's one, if he could have just thrown it about a step earlier, I think he had a little more separation. Here we go. They're going to pitch it wide to Norman. Nothing there. Wow. There is a host of Princeton Vikings knew that was coming. And again, we see number 18 as always.
Yeah, great to see him back in the game there. He did come up a little gimpy on the punt earlier, but Terrence Jones, who's been everywhere, number 8 as well for Princeton. Andrew Wells, senior DB, who also plays a little running back in on the tackle. Putting West in a 3rd and long. They are in field goal range.
Yeah, 3rd and long again, and that's what happened last time, right? They had the 32 long incompletions, got a little bit off the mark. See if they can recover this time.
Yeah, you've got 2 opportunities here. You keep the ball and have field goal range, or you hope Princeton makes another mistake.
Here we go. Smith back to pass. He's got a little bit of time. He's going to run. He's going to get something. See how much he can get. A nice tackle from the defense. In the open field, he's going to get about 5, which is going to make the field goal a lot more makeable.
Yeah, it looked like Andrew Wells again on the tackle for Princeton, number 8.
Had him one-on-one there, so had a real opportunity if Smith could have made him miss, and there was nothing doing.
And so Abdu Ofar Going to try and tie this game up with his leg.
So 37 yards this time, which shouldn't require the same low drive that the last one did. See what they can do here with 4:17 to go. Chance for Lakota West to tie it. Snap, hold, kick. Got the ball away. No problem this time.
Easy.
Must have been a little bit wide.
Oh, wide to the left.
So, of course, under high school rules, that's a touchback. So Princeton will start at their own 20. And remember what happened last time they started at their own 20? Hamrick went 80.
That kick had the distance there. Nice kick, good hold, good snap.
Yeah, from our
Just
angle.
missed it a little left, but man, did they have some distance on it. From
So-
our angle in the booth, it looked good.
This has been an interesting game from a momentum perspective, right? I mean, you think one team's got something going and they don't. You know, Lakota West has had the ball inside the Princeton 30 now 2 times in a row without success. Here we go. I think it's going to be
Hamburg.
Neal. I think it's Neal maybe even.
What was that, Neal?
Zion Neal.
Yep.
The older player, the senior. Pretty good run gain there. It looks like we'll see. It looks like they're spotting it as a first down. Gain of about 11. So nice run there. We're going to see it here. Just all he did is ran to the outside and outran the edge of the Lakota West defense.
Yeah, it came from the wide receiver position and just around the end.
Spotted the ball back at the 30, but still a first down. So 4:01 to go. He did go out of bounds. The clock is stopped. Still 6-3 Princeton.
Yeah, we said we weren't sure if we were going to see offense or defense here. I think this answers the questions, although this still has the potential to be a high-scoring offensive game. But there's a little out pass.
Quick pass to the outside. He's going to try to run through them. Look like that's number 4 for Princeton, David Fields. A senior wide receiver. Got the ball. 2 of the other receivers, lead blockers. And doing the same thing that we talked about with Lakota West, is trying to, not throwing it far, just trying to get a dynamic offensive player out in space with the defenders. But it's going to be a gain out to the 48-yard line of Princeton, 1st and 10. Approaching 3.5 minutes to go here in the first half. This would be huge. If Princeton can advance the ball down the field and score, it would be big, because they haven't shown a lot of ability to move the ball other than that 80-yard gain. Quarterback's going to run it straight to the middle. I think it might have been Neal. There he goes. He's off to the races. Yeah, they moved Neal to take the snap, and he's going to go all the way into the end zone.
Couple cuts, good run. I was wondering why he was at quarterback there. I don't know if something happened to Barnes, or he's been there a couple snaps in a row. We're just noticing that, or
right? Yeah, right up the middle, and got a lot of the. Then cut it outside. Got a lot of the Lakota players spinning. You'll see here.
He gets through that first level without being touched, and then once he cuts it to the outside, turns on the jets, makes a nice cut move back to the inside and a spin move, and winds up in the end zone for Princeton.
So Messer is going to attempt the extra point here for Princeton. They were unsuccessful last time from distance on the extra point. See what happens. Oh, unsuccessful again. Hit right into the upright, knocked down. So with 3:14 to go here from Firebird Stadium, Princeton 12, Lakota West 3. Ken, what can Lakota West do to right their ship, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they've had the ball down there and have come away empty.
They have to capitalize on Princeton's mistakes. To come away with all the extra yards that Princeton's given them and not put points on the board really puts them in a tough position there. I think they need to use, they need to get some screen passes. They need to get some out patterns. Looked like Davis had his man beat on the corner pattern there, but they're being very conservative. I don't know if it's a first half thing. I don't know if they're waiting to the second half to exploit some matchups.
Well, sort of though, right? Because they were conservative, then all of a sudden they had 1st and 10 at the 30, and they threw 2 balls and got 3rd and 10. They had a 1st and 10 at the 25, and then threw the deep ball and ended up 2nd and 10, and then had a tackle for a loss, and it was 3rd and 15. So they've tried to take some shots, but when they have, it's come back to bite them.
And I would have to imagine they're leading in time of possession. We haven't seen the official stats or get them at halftime. but they've had the ball longer in their hands than Princeton has. They don't have more yards because of the explosive plays, but getting 3 and 4 yards at a time for a moment helps you, but for a long period of a game, doesn't necessarily.
Yeah, when you're dealing with 150 yards rushing on 3 plays, clearly statistics are going to look pretty favorable from Princeton's perspective on the rushing. So see the kick here. The kicker has struggled a little bit. Might be an opportunity for Lakota West to get a return here. It is going to be short. Very manageable for Lakota West. Going to take it around his own 8 or 10. Still on his feet to the outside. Keeps it past the 30. Going to be tackled right around the 32-yard line. So solid field position.
I would like to see West open up the playbook a little more here with 3 minutes left. I don't know if they will. A lot of coaches don't like doing that right before the half. They don't want to give the opposing coaches information about what they're capable of, so they may just keep running off tackle, running up the middle. They might be content with the 9-point deficit at halftime.
And they are getting the ball coming out for the second half. I don't think that's Coach Bolden's approach. I think he needs 3 points here. If he can get that and then gets the ball to start the second half, I think that would be key. You think there might be something with the tight end? They've got a big tight end who's been a pretty successful receiver for him. Is there anything there? Smith pump fakes. Going to try to get the ball out here. If it did not catch it, would have been a short gain had he caught it, but it's going to be second down.
That was intended for Jaden Brogdon. He's been targeted a few times on pass plays. But like you said, Xavier Ratica, and there you can see here, Smith did a good job of extending the play, but that became a really, really long throw from the left side all the way across the field to the offensive right, and would have been for a short gain. Yeah, the risk reward, I don't know, is there because that's oftentimes intercepted when you throw across the field like that. So here we go, Lakota West, 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Got receiver in motion. Wow, he just threw the ball. I don't know if it slipped, but he tried to get it to Davis, and he just threw it right into the ground. Yeah, it looks like he just kind of flung that off. I don't know if he had a good grip on that or not. So this gets interesting, right? Well, here we'll see it again. See if it looked like he just overthrew it. And another 3rd and long, though, Brent. 3rd and long, and still 2:55 to go. So if you can't make something happen here, you're giving Princeton another shot here before halftime. Looks like Lakota West is unsure what they want to do. It's 15 seconds to go on the play clock. See if they can. Players kind of scattered around the field. Clock's not running, so that's not a help for them. 5 seconds to go. Here on the play clock, gets the ball off just before. It's going to go down, and the ball's loose. Princeton's going to pick it up and try to advance it. Still on his feet, knocked out of bounds at around the 30-yard line, I believe. There is a flag. Another play. So the guy that picked up the fumble was knocked into the Princeton bench. Several Lakota West players followed him in. I think we have 2 different flags. We have a flag near where the ball was picked up, and then we have a flag out of bounds after the play. So here we'll see it again. Yeah, Smith just kind of drops back and loses the ball out of his hands, picked up there. That's just the spot of the fumble. So we know that happened. Brent, I think that was number 18, Terrence Jones, who stripped the ball out of Smith's hands. So we have unsportsmanlike for sure there against Princeton. I didn't catch the first penalty. I think they're both on Princeton. Two unsportsmanlike penalties on Princeton. I might as well get a 2 for 1 if you're getting penalties by the dozen. But the thing was, one was live ball, one's dead ball, so it's 30 yards. That has to drive Coach Andre Parker nuts. You just picked up the ball inside the 30, and now you're at your own 45. That is, wow. Unbelievable by the Vikings. They have to clean that stuff up. So here we are thinking, wow, Princeton has a chance. And heck, Lakota West, this would have been about where you would have expected if they had to punt. So we'll see what happens here. 2:46. There's definitely a lot of chippiness going here.
See what Princeton can do. 1st and 10 from their own 36-yard line. With, as we mentioned under 3 minutes ago, they're going to try the quick out pass.
Fields has been a favorite target there.
Good job. Yeah, nice job holding on to the jersey by Lakota West.
And Neal is still a quarterback, so.
I don't know if they've changed it up or if Barnes has an injury, right? Just adding another athlete back there. It's going to be a loss on the play of about 2. Good job by the Lakota West defender. He got a hold of the jersey and held on and didn't let him advance. We'll say that, but like you mentioned. So there's Neal. Looks like number 6 for Lakota West on the defensive side. Ogletree held on to the jersey and allowed the rest of the team to come help him out. Going to mark that for no gain. So 2nd and 10, clock running under 2 minutes. But on the other hand, the play clock's down to 3, 2, 1. So they're going to take a timeout.
Yep, definitely unorganized on that after that play.
You almost wonder, do you think they were trying to run some clock here just in case they can't get a first down, that Lakota West might not be able to score either?
Yeah, you don't want to give West the ball back here with any time. You know, I think you're content with the 9-point lead going into the locker room here. If you can get some extra, that's great. But you're going to use as much play clock as possible here in these final 2 minutes of the half.
And if you find some success, you still have 1 timeout. So you still have some timeout to stop the clock on the offensive perspective if needed. So here we go. It's going to be a 2nd and 10 for Princeton. Their own 36-yard line, leading 12-3 over Lakota West here at Firebird Stadium.
2 touchdowns, 2 missed extra points. Field goal for West. West did try and go for it on 4th and short, but then got penalized with a false start and had to settle for field goal. 2 missed field goals for Lakota West. Could easily be 12-9.
Princeton hasn't shown much ability to drive the ball, but do you need to when you have an 80 and a 50-yard touchdown run?
So 2nd and 10 here, minute 57 left for the Vikings.
And you know, the challenge is those passes that Princeton's doing, you can't do those for long. Oh, ball's loose for Princeton in the backfield.
Well, there's Barnes back to quarterback.
and a handoff not cleanly handed to the other player. Lakota West is going to take a timeout here. Their 2nd timeout.
I think that was Fields on the carry. Oh, that was number 6 coming in motion. Ryan O'Brien with his first touch of the game and couldn't quite secure it. It wasn't really placed in his belly.
Yeah, definitely wasn't. I don't know if they were expecting it to be tossed to him, but he was not a clean handoff. So Lakota West is going to take a timeout. Princeton 3rd and 9 at their own 37-yard line. So Lakota West obviously trying to get the ball back here and see if they can't find some points before halftime. And again, knowing they get the ball coming out, if they could find anything here, that would be key.
Yeah, you know, and obviously Coach Bolden, the veteran coach, is going to make some great halftime adjustments here. Offensively, their defense hasn't played bad. They gave up 2 big plays, but for the most part, their defense is holding Princeton in check.
And I guess
a beautiful skylight there of the Westchester Metroplex.
And I guess the key would be so far from, I think Princeton has more penalty yards than Lakota West has offense so far in the half.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting stat sheet when we get that at halftime.
Back to pass. He's going to try a slant, tipped on the defensive line. Great defense. Stops the clock without having to use that final timeout, Lakota West. So that's big. Princeton's going to have to punt from their own 37-yard line. Lakota West is going to get another chance. See if they put Bradley back there. He's made some plays.
And they'll have some time. They'll have about a minute 30 on the clock when they get the ball.
And a timeout.
So Barnes back at quarterback. So that's a mystery to me. Why Zion Neal took a couple. I don't know if that's something they normally do. I haven't seen that in their stat line.
So they listed Neal as a quarterback on the stats, 2 for 4 on the season. So not very often, but I guess perhaps it is. Oh, wow.
Good pursuit by West.
Ball's going to bounce backward. So West is going to get good field position. Looks like it's somewhere between around the 40, 38-yard line. We'll see where they actually spot it out of bounds. Yeah, 2 guys. Nice job, good pressure, and didn't hit him. See this come right up the middle.
And 6.
Right up the middle. Yeah, that was
6 for West is Colin Ogletree, and 22 is Judah Blair. nice pursuit and put some pressure on the kicker nonetheless.
So here we go, 38-yard line, 1 timeout to go, 1:35 on the clock.
West is clearly capable of scoring from this distance and this amount of time left.
You know, and the other side of it is why they haven't been able to complete but the one longer pass. They have got the ball under their guys' hands deep. Going to go down with a gain of about 5 for Lakota West. Probably a pretty good job there trying to set up some other plays, right? You got to keep them honest.
That was Camarlo Jordan with his first touch of the game.
Clock running, 2nd and 4. See what Lakota West does here. Davis in motion. Smith back to pass again. He's going to throw it deep. There's Davis. See what he can do. It's going to be interference here, right? Yeah, I mean, a lot of jersey pulling. Yeah, the
definitely got tangled up together.
Contact was clearly happening prior to the ball getting there, and that was I think Davis was restricted in making a play on the ball because of the hand fighting that was going on. I think we might be able to see it here.
Hey, he's in the right position here. They just got tangled up there.
Really good throw from Smith. Put it again on the money. So that, of course, in high school here, right, we're going to get a 15-yard penalty. So we're going to go ahead and get a 1st and 10 at the 41, 1:06 to go. Lakota West clock stopped and still has their timeout.
And Brent, these officials' arms might need an ice bath at halftime here with the number of flags they've thrown.
Here comes motion. Back to pass again. Smith does a nice job avoiding the rush. He's going to gain about 10. Oh, good big hit. I think he's going to be stopped for 9.
Just a little short, but good decision-making by Smith, not forcing the ball into coverage.
But the clock continues to run. Because of that, had you got the first down, would have at least stopped it. So see what happens here. 45 seconds and running.
I can see the tight end here. A little pop pass to the tight end, maybe.
Lakota West is going to run it again. Nice job.
Oh, wide open.
We'll see what they call. Nobody's making a signal.
Did he pull it in?
Nobody's making a signal.
That's a catch.
I couldn't tell real time if it did or not.
He got his hands right under it, above the turf. What a great catch there by.
Looks like the spot's going to be on the 5-yard line. That's a good catch.
What a great catch there. Brogdon has been targeting several times in this game.
I mean, that is a great catch. I mean, he was wide open. The ball wasn't to him, but again, in fairness to Smith, Smith was being pressured and thought he was going to run, and then saw him open.
Brogdon did a nice job adjusting to where Smith was. You know, he saw what was happening behind the line of scrimmage and broke his route and came back to the ball. We see that a lot in this city with Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow.
Yeah, that was just a great individual play there from Brogdon to put Lakota West in prime position. 1st and goal at the 5, 33 seconds to go, and they still do have a timeout. So you got a lot of options here, right? You're not restricted to having to throw the ball into the end zone with that timeout still remaining. Wow.
Fantastic
I tell you,
adjustment.
if they could score here and then get the ball coming out, they put themselves in a position to get right back in this game. So we'll see what Jackson Smith, a quarterback, can do here. Norman in motion. He's going to throw it out to Norman.
I think we have a false start.
I mean, why would have we thought we could go 2 more plays without a time or without a penalty, right?
So Brent, coming into this game, Brogdon had 1 catch for 1 yard.
Princeton with an illegal substitution. Or participate. So either they had 12 guys on the field or the guy didn't get off the field, right?
So that'll put West just a little closer to the goal line, half the distance here. So it'll be now 1st and 3 from the 3. 1st and goal from the 3.
Wow. So, again, 31 seconds on the clock. It should go back to 33, though, correct? Play technically didn't happen.
Looks like they are communicating with the booth, telling them to add a couple more ticks on the clock there.
So here they go for Lakota West, right? So it's going to... Yeah, he's trying to tell them 33 seconds.
Yeah.
No, that was not a play. So 1st and goal West, 3, just inside the 3-yard line. Still 33 seconds to go and still a timeout.
And I don't think you worry about scoring too early here. you know, you just need points on the board here, no matter if it comes now or if it comes with 0 on the clock. You got to get in this end zone if you're
the way this
Lakota
game's
West.
going. Yeah, you are not picky. So here we go. They're going to pitch it out to Norman. Norman has to cut back right away. The offense is pushing him a bit. Going to get him down to the 1.
Yeah, good second effort there.
And a good help.
Good push by the offensive line.
21 seconds in running, so they're going to have to get back to the line of scrimmage here pretty quick. They, again, still have the timeout.
Smith's going to keep it himself. Little tush push. The bounces off, no play.
I'm guessing. So there's a penalty.
Flag on the far side.
Offsides on the defense. So we're going to move the ball inside the 1. Again, the clock needs to go get reset.
That's only a half-yard penalty. I'm not impressed by a half-yard penalty.
But it makes that quarterback sneak a lot easier, right? So the clock's going to have to be adjusted back up.
That's Princeton trying to average out their penalty, their yards per penalty from 30 to 0.5.
Yeah, the last 2 were 2.5 and a half.
So West in good position here, second and goal from the 1. They're just going to try and smash it in here. Smith,
and they have a timeout, so they definitely can get 2 plays. If they
Norman
want.
single back.
So here we go.
Seconds left.
Surprising that they put both 2 guys behind the quarterback. He did not get in. Timeout, Lakota West.
That was the old tush push play. Allow the Philadelphia Eagles.
It looks like they have marked him that he gained 6 more inches. So this ball is, I mean, it's got to be within a foot of the goal line.
Are you surprised by how many teams can't efficiently run that play that the Philadelphia Eagles do consistently well? Why can't every team do that at every level?
Because they don't go under center. They're not used to having a quarterback under center. It's a different scenario. Yeah, hopefully, not good regardless of what's going on and whether it's somebody on the field or they got a local call here they have to go on. So that's not positive. See what happens over there. So you're Lakota West, you're out of timeouts. It's 3rd down, 8 seconds to go. So let me ask this: do you just run this one in? Do you throw it? Because then you still have a 4th down.
You have to throw because.
And then on 4th, do whatever you want.
If you run and don't get it, the clock expired and you have no points.
That's right. So
you have to run a screen pass. You have to get Davis a quick out.
Something. And then if you don't make it, it's incomplete. You still can do whatever you want then on the last point.
You can kick. You can. I think you have to go shotgun here and you have to throw.
Because that does. But I mean, look at this ball. I mean, it's not. The backside's not even touching the yard line. Which I mean, so we're 12 inches from the goal line. I mean, this is also after a timeout. You really talk to your offensive line, don't you?
Yeah, they're under center. They're I formation under center. They're going to run. Oh, nope, I'm sorry. They are in shotgun. And he is stopped by Princeton. What a goal line stand by the Vikings. That's going to run the clock out on halftime.
So here we are from Firebird Stadium. Princeton 12 and Lakota West 3. What a stop by Princeton. That's 18 again. 18 went under the block, got there and hit him for a 5-yard or 4-yard loss. What a play from Princeton there.
So that's going to take us to halftime here at Firebird Stadium. We'll be back a little bit during halftime to recap. Princeton 12, Lakota West 3.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
All right, I'm in the house.
Okay, what do you see?
Nothing yet. Hold on. I think I just heard something. I'm heading upstairs.
Okay, I am almost there.
I'm in the bedroom.
Okay.
Oh, shit. It's not here.
What?
The gun's not here.
What do you mean? Where is it?
Cameron, are you in there? Open the door. Cam! Come on, Cam. Cameron!
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Can't believe you're doing this alone.
I've done it before.
I remember. You threw your back out. How you holding up?
Hand me that board.
Nothing wrong with getting help.
I'm good.
I did it when Felicia left.
I'll figure it out.
I know you will, but you don't have to do it alone. That's all I'm saying.
If I promise to look into it, will you drop it and help me build this fence?
Now you need my help.
It can be a real pain sometimes, you know that?
Mm-hmm.
If you or a veteran you know needs support, don't wait. Reach out. Find resources at va.gov/.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff.
Mama!
Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
I surrender.
All right, pal. Get ready for the day, buddy.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. Do we have a gun?
What's up?
Do we have a gun?
Can't believe you're doing this alone.
I've done it before.
I remember. You threw your back out. How you holding up?
Hand me that board.
Nothing wrong with getting help.
I'm good.
I did it when Felicia left.
I'll figure it out.
I know you will, but you don't have to do it alone. That's all I'm saying.
If I promise to look into it, will you drop it and help me build this fence?
Now you need my help.
It can be a real pain sometimes, you know that?
Mm-hmm.
If you or a veteran you know needs support,
He plays piano. Next we have Farouz Kasey. Farouz is in third year of cheer and choir, part of BSU. Something she likes best about being a Firebird is how accepting and welcoming the community is.
AAU. Birthday for Wednesdays are at Clemson.
friends and teachers. Except we had a Cheyenne.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
All right, I'm in the house.
Okay, what do you see?
Nothing yet. Hold on. I think I just heard something. I'm heading upstairs.
Okay, I am almost there.
I'm in the bedroom.
Okay.
Oh, shit. It's not here.
What?
The gun's not here.
What do you mean? Where is it?
Cameron, are you in there? Open the door. Cam! Come on, Cameron.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff,
Mama!
like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
I surrender.
All right, pal. Get ready for the day, buddy.
Hey, Dad. Do we have a gun?
What's that?
Do we have a gun?
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff,
Mama!
like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
I surrender.
All right, pal. Get ready for the day, buddy.
Hey, Dad. Do we have a gun?
What's that?
Do we have a gun?
People couldn't see my potential, so I had to show them.
I've run this place for 20 years, but I still need to prove that I'm more than what you see on paper.
Today, I'm the CEO of my own company.
It's the way my mind works. I have a very mechanical brain.
Why are we not rethinking this?
I am more.
I'm more
than who I am on paper.
It's important to get a flu shot each and every year because flu viruses are constantly changing and immunity from the vaccine decreases over time. Flu vaccines are updated annually to work against that year's viruses. The best time to get your shot is in the fall, but getting it later can still help. Getting a flu shot lowers your risk of getting sick, and if you do happen to get flu, it's likely to be less severe.
Welcome back to Firebird Stadium here on the campus of Lakota West High School for this GMC matchup between the Lakota West Firebirds and the Princeton Vikings. So far in the first half, it's been weird.
That's an understatement, Brent. You know, we've got Princeton with 12, Lakota's 3. Princeton 2 touchdowns, but 2 missed extra points. West with the inability to get the ball into the end zone from 3rd and goal at the 1.
Yeah, it's interesting. There's a score. So if you think about it from Princeton's perspective, when we look at their stats, they look like they have some successes running the ball, right? They've run the ball for 182 yards, but a 80-yard run and a 52-yard run, each for a touchdown, which they count. But they haven't been able to do anything sustained, and the biggest reason is the 101 yards in penalties for Princeton.
And that has plagued them. We just looked at the Moeller box score. They had 13 penalties against Moeller for 128 yards. So they're approached that almost in the first half of this game against Lakota West.
So overall, both defenses have been relatively solid. When the teams try to run the ball up the middle, it's usually about a 3-yard gain. But again, Princeton's broke 2 long ones. West threw 1 nice ball that got them downfield a bit, but they've struggled. They've gotten the ball into Princeton territory. They had a drive to the 30, a drive where it was a 1st and 10 at the 30, a drive 1st and 10 at the 25, and a drive that they had the ball at the end of the half there at the 1-foot line and couldn't put it in as time ran out. And
started 1st and goal at the 6, became a penalty, which gave them 1st and goal at the 3, became a penalty, which gave them 1st and goal at the 4-inch line. They tried to run the old tush-push play that they said the Philly Eagles run and couldn't get it in twice. And the interesting play call on 3rd down, we both hypothesized that they would throw, because if you throw and you don't get it, and I don't know if they were trying to catch Princeton off guard, but Princeton read it nicely and stopped. Great defensive goal line stand.
Well, number 18, Terrence Jones, has made a bunch of plays for their defense. So here we are, 12-3. Good news, West gets the ball coming out. We will be right back.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome. Prediabetes does. 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, but with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. And you can change the outcome. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test today. Go to doihaveprediabetes.org.
I wonder if you know that I want the best for you. But how long will you fight solo? I wonder if you know that we can get help. Not wondering anymore. Love, your mind.
Be right there. Wait. Use the shovel and bucket of water, remember? Drown, stir, drown, feel. Then make sure it's cool.
Where'd you learn that?
SmokeyBear.com. Brushed up on some tips before we left. Don't want to start a wildfire, right?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
You're not gonna get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff.
Mama!
Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
I surrender.
All right, pal. Get ready for the day, buddy.
Hey, Dad. Do we have a gun?
What's that?
Do we have a gun?
You're not gonna get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff. Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
All right, I'm in the house.
Okay, what do you see?
Nothing yet. Hold on. I think I just heard something. I'm heading upstairs.
Okay, I am almost there.
I'm in the bedroom.
Okay.
Oh, shit. It's not here.
What?
The gun's not here.
What do you mean? Where is it?
Cameron, are you in there? Open the door. Cam! Come on, Cameron.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
You're not gonna get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff.
Mama!
Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
I surrender.
All right, pal. Get ready for the day, buddy.
Hey, Dad. Do we have a gun?
What's that?
Do we have a gun?
Welcome back to Firebird Stadium here for the beginning of the second half. Princeton leads this GMC matchup of 2-0 teams 12-3. Ken, it was kind of a crazy half here at homecoming at Lakota West.
Yeah, it's a great night. We just got to watch the band perform. Band did a great job. They announced the homecoming club representatives. They don't necessarily do king, queen, and a court anymore, but lately they've been announcing all the club representatives. Awesome to see how many students are involved in all the activities that Lakota West has to offer.
And I think the other thing it brings, you see a great turnout from Lakota West student body because so many people have somebody that they know out there, and I think they can cheer for and support.
Yeah, we had some nice, some of the Tomahawk teams, which is the youth league in this area, come parade down to make a tunnel for the players before the game. See the crowd there, see some red, white, and blue. On the west side, we got some construction going on the other side for the Princeton fans. I think there is some construction going on at Princeton right now. All their home games are played at Laughlin Stadium this year, we saw. Next week, Princeton sees Lakota East at Laughlin Stadium next week. And look at the student section parting the Red Sea, going up and down the stands, hyping everybody up, making sure West comes out of the locker room ready to play the second half.
They have to, right? I mean, they get the ball. They had the ball deep in Princeton territory 3 times, came back without points, 1 blocked field goal, a missed field goal, a tackle as the clock expired at the end of the first half, with the ball at the half-yard line. Wow, great night. Now let's see if we can get some great football from West. Princeton, on the other hand, 2 long runs, 80-yard, 52 for their touchdowns. No extra points, unfortunately, for them on those 2. But the story of their half is penalties.
Yeah, both coaches have had to given their teams a respective earful to be disciplined, to not have unsportsmanlike penalties. I understand you're going to get holdings, you're going to get false starts and offsides, but the amount of unsportsmanlike conduct, taunting, sideline violation kind of stuff, hits after the play when you could just walk away, that's unacceptable to most coaches.
And you got all that field position if you're Lakota West, and you didn't score from those. The series where you actually got the made field goal wasn't a bunch of penalties on Princeton.
Right.
The other series is where they had all these penalties that you couldn't take advantage of.
West has to make sure they're not demoralized by the fact that they couldn't get in from the 1-yard line, from the half-yard line. They had some time to recover in the locker room. Let bygones be bygones. We didn't get in the end zone there. No big deal, but we got to come out and play better in the second half than we played in this first half. Opportunity after opportunity missed.
And so there was kicking coach Steve Newen along with Kofi just hit one from 52 yards. I think they're trying to get an idea because a field goal may be critical in this game.
Yeah, it's not like he's missing by much. Like our angle in the booth, the second field goal looked like it was in the first one. Long field goal. You can't get the ball up in the air from that distance. That's hard to get when you have a good penetration by the defensive line. They're going to get hands up, and they got a hand on that one. That's unfortunate. But he definitely has the leg. West is going to start with the ball. They need to forget about the end of the first half, get back on track, follow their game plan, and get something going.
So Messer will be kicking for Princeton. Messer has missed 2 extra points and has not got a kick into the end zone yet after their scores.
In his defense, one of his extra points was from the Skyline downtown here, which sponsors today's game and fed us at halftime, so I had to get the plug in for Skyline, but here we go in the second half.
So it has a chance because it may bounce. See where it goes? Goes out of bounds.
And why not start with... Did that go out of bounds after it crossed the goal line or before?
No one seems to know.
The Princeton player picked it up in the end zone,
so they
thinking it was still a live ball.
So let's see. I have not seen the official spot anything. It looks like perhaps they're spotting it down on the 2-yard line. So not sure exactly what happened there because, and here's something if you understand the rule, it looked like the West player was stepping out of bounds when he touched the ball, which makes the ball out of bounds. That's a weird rule that kick returners are normally told. But
here's the kick. We're going to look and see what happens. Oh, did it hit his knee?
So I guess they're saying nothing. Princeton ball first down at the West 2-yard line.
That's like an onside kick.
So what a strange situation.
Goodness.
Wow. So here we go. They're in a under center in an I formation for Princeton.
Unbelievable change of events here to start the second half.
They're going to hand the ball to the third guy through in the I. Looks like he's not going to make it. Looks like he went backwards. Ball's now outside the 1-yard line, although it looks like might be a couple of Lakota West players injured.
So back to that kick. That's a live ball.
It was a live ball. I thought
the ball never went out of bounds. It just sat there on the 2-yard line.
I thought the West guy touched it while out of bounds, but it appears it did not. So number 33 for Lakota West is down on the field. That's Andrew Fryer. He's made several plays from his linebacker position tonight. That's not a good thing for Lakota West. Ball is back to the 2-yard line, so I guess that's the silver lining is West did stop that under center triple I run on first down.
So I don't know, did the Princeton player just pick it up and go to, like, Princeton player could have picked it up. Can he advance it forward?
So in that case, they cannot advance it.
Take a look at number 33 here. He kind of just gets flipped over.
Yeah, somebody came underneath him there, one of the pulling players.
Yeah, got undercut, and he's coming off under his own power with a little help, but hopefully we'll see him back in the game.
So what a mistake for Lakota West. Princeton leading 12-3, kicking off to start the second half. So think about this. They ended the half stopping West at the goal line, and then they take over at the 1 or 2 yard line, going back the other direction, under center again. The quarterback's going to try to keep it. Looks like Neal was the quarterback again. They did that same thing they did earlier, I guess just to get maybe a little better athlete than Barnes the ball. And he's tackled for another loss. It looks like they're back to the 3 yard line.
And I'm looking, Brent, out in front of us here, and this West crowd is just stunned at what happened here. I think they're still trying to figure out why Princeton has the ball way down the field there.
Well, no official didn't really give us any indication. Nobody seemed to know what happened.
There's 33 coming back in the game.
Here's that play again here. Great job. You're going to see several Lakota West players back there. So Princeton going under center again. 3 backs in the backfield. Quarterback's rolling to the right. He's going to try to throw. He's got a receiver open. He's tackled for. He's still at the 3. There's a penalty there. I think it may have been an ineligible guy downfield. We'll see what happened. Looked like some of the blockers were past where the receiver was. Looks like that's the signal.
Yep, legal man downfield. We did see Andrew Fryer come back in on
So
defense.
What do you do?
There,
it's 4th and goal from the 3, or
you got a kicker who hasn't had an extra point.
Or do you
yet.
push him back? So we'll see what West does here. Do you decline that penalty or do you push him back?
I feel like you decline the penalty and make Princeton kick a field goal, which they've proved they can't do yet. They haven't been able to do yet.
So it will be 4th down. Now, it looked like the official picked up the flag, but it doesn't matter. I think, like we've commented, we think West should have declined it anyway. It's going to be 4th and goal from the 3 yard line.
See if they bring out their
I mean, you have to, right?
Kicker. You need the points. And no, they're lining up to go for it.
I mean, you've gone backwards 3 plays in a row.
They got Barnes back in at quarterback. Barnes throws. Incomplete.
Just not even close. Right. So it's actually what we thought it was going to be. We thought it was right, maybe that Lakota West would start on their own 3 yard line first down. It's just a minute and 41 seconds later. A great defensive stand, though. Let's be honest, right? I mean, if they put a touchdown in there, this game might be over.
Oh, yeah, you go up
definitely
an extra score there.
You got a chance to get it. You're up for sure 2 full scores and maybe 3, depending what you would have done there if you went for 2.
Kicking the field goal, I don't know, put you up 12, I guess. Lack of confidence in the kicker? I don't know.
I mean, I'm assuming you're thinking, well, yeah, but West has to go 97 yards.
Yeah.
So what are the likelihood of that? Well, frankly, on half the series, Princeton might get half of that for them. So let's see what happens. 1st and 10, Lakota West.
There's a look at Tyson Daniels there at the slot.
Their own 3 yard line. They're going to try to advance it. Not much there at all. Looks like he's still around the 3 yard line.
Yeah, West has had such a hard time getting around the 2 nose guards for Princeton, Jaden Freeman and Demir Richardson. 2 big bodies there.
So it's going to be 2nd and 10 from the 3 yard line. You know, they tried Norman 16 times in the first half, but he only got 34 yards. We'll see what happens here again. Smith is in the shotgun. They're going to try to throw the ball out. Successfully gets it. He's past the 5. He's going to be close to the 10 yard line. So it looks like it's going to be about 3rd and 3.
And that's again Brogdon, who's been a favorite target of Smith today.
And I don't know if they're really clamping down on Davis, and that's allowed Brogdon to be successful. I don't know, and I haven't really got a good look to see if are they keeping Radica in the block as a sixth blocker?
I know he had a great block early in the game.
Right.
We haven't called his number.
But wondering if they're doing that because they're afraid of the rush, because we've had a special. It's really that rush has been number 18, right? Number 18. The Will linebacker, Terrence Jones, has been the difference maker so far on the defense.
He's been unbelievable.
Smith's going to roll out. He's going to throw the ball out. He's got nothing. They completed the pass, but it didn't get a chance for Davis to turn upfield, so it's going to be 4th down and 3 from their own 10.
And now the East punter is going to have his heels on the back of the end zone. And we got to have a good snap, and you got to get a good punt. But imagine either way, Princeton's going to wind up with another short field.
And they have got a little bit of pressure on both teams have so far on the punts. See what happens.
Oh, no. Dropped it.
Great recovery. Wow. And it hit the Princeton player. You can't advance it. It's a muff. The West player's going on. You can't do it. Holy cow. The Princeton player threw his helmet. A flag over there. So we'll back, Phil. It appeared to hit the Princeton player, which is a muff by rule, which cannot be advanced by the kicking team. But if that happened, Lakota West gets it where they picked up the ball.
Plus 15 yards.
On the far side, we see a flag, and I saw a Princeton helmet flying with no Lakota West players around. See if we can see that again.
Right here, there's Neal, who went right off his hands.
So West ball, 39-yard line. And now we see what the penalty is.
39 plus 15.
I like the enthusiasm from the West crowd, but it is not.
Yeah,
right? So we've got a personal foul on Lakota West. So perhaps the Lakota West player pulled the Princeton player's helmet off? Let's see what happened there. So what it means is it's Lakota West ball, their own first down on their own 25-yard line.
Yeah, where are we going here?
This game has been filled with odd plays. So, again, 8:24 to go. Lakota West, 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. Norman's going to try to run up the middle. He's got a little bit of room. He slips. Oh, that might have been his biggest gain on the game.
Yeah, good carry there. Kept his feet moving after he was initially hit and falls forward for 9 yards. That's kind of what West needs to get him going.
So good job following his blocker there inside. If he would have stepped going to where the hole looked like it was designed, there was nothing there, but he stayed inside of it, followed a blocker, and a lot of success there. So we'll see what happens.
Bizarre start to the second half here.
Crazy. Here he goes again. Another nice, we used to call it a trap block, when you're bringing somebody across the center to lead the block. What you're doing there is, as you mentioned, the defensive linemen are getting a lot of good penetration. They're big. What this does is allow somebody to cut them from the side. So if you penetrate too much, you can see there 54 came across. The guy says, oh, I can get upfield. And next thing you know, somebody's blocking him on the inside, allowing a hole for the running back.
Yeah, 54, Brandon Staley does a nice job creating an extra hole.
So 1st and 10 for Lakota West. They got the ball out to the 39-yard line. Still trailing 12-3. But actually, that's 2 consecutive pretty good offensive runs for them. So see if maybe they found some things at halftime. They're going to try to run again and nothing.
Nowhere.
Nothing
good
at all.
Defensive play, number 42 for Princeton. That's going to be not on that sheet.
Looks like they lost.
42, Jamari Harper.
Yeah, nice play.
Senior linebacker.
I mean, he came in and looked once again unblocked. So that's going to be a loss of 3 on the play. 2nd and 13 for Lakota West, just outside the 35-yard line. So after 2 nice runs, that's kind of Apollo Abdul's 2 step forward, 1 step back or something. Again, dating myself, I guess. Here we go. They've got 3 receivers right, quarterback in the shotgun, and 1 back next to him.
Looked like number 2 jumped for Princeton, but they didn't call it.
There's Davis. He's going to get a lot of that back in about 5 or 6 more.
And that's that quick pop pass that we've been wanting to see, either to the tight end or to Davis. But just kind of takes 2 steps in toward the middle of the field. They connect. Got an official talking to one of the West players. I don't know if it's equipment related or something else.
So the good news for West, it's 3rd and 3, so 3rd and very manageable. We'll see what the officials doing here. Clock's running, so it must just be getting in position. So 3rd and 3, Lakota West, big play here.
Yeah, they're
45-yard line.
I would think they're in 4-down territory, although it's such a close scoring game. But
gonna have Davis go to the other side. Why? A lot of room. Still on his feet. First down and more. He's inside the Princeton territory. Cuts back, fights his way down to the 35-yard line.
Nice counter play there. Smith kind of looked like he was going to pitch the ball to the outside and made an inside handoff for Davis to cut left. And he made a great run after the handoff
see
there.
Here again, right? Everybody thought it was going to Norman wide right, and there's Davis coming back to the left. I'll tell you, Lakota West obviously has identified the counter, the misdirection as something that they, in the trap, as something that they can have success running the ball. Didn't have much success running the first half. All but one run so far this half, once they got outside of the side of the goalpost, have been pretty good.
And they have the coaches that were going to make those halftime adjustments. We knew that. Now they got to protect the ball and make good decisions.
Good protection, which we haven't said much today. Smith does a nice job, and actually he's got room because his line was doing such a great job. He's going to gain about 8.
You know, and Smith isn't necessarily a scrambling quarterback. He's more of a pocket guy. So to see him make decisions and run and take some hits is great to see.
But he is 6'3", 202. So, right, he's a good, solid young man. Not the speed that you have with a Norman or a Davis.
Look at Norman's block downfield there.
Great job, got him an extra 5. And a nice job by Smith cutting behind it, right? So 2nd and 2 for Lakota West.
2nd down and 2.
Deep in Princeton territory. Now here's the key, right? They're inside the 30 again. You gotta finish the drive.
You gotta have points. You gotta come away with points, whether it's 3, 6, or 7.
Quick pass outside. He does make the first man miss, which means he's going to get positive yards. First down, close to the 20-yard line. You know, what'll be interesting is to see if the Princeton defense can adjust to this change from the Lakota West offense. They can't, because if Princeton does the same thing they were doing earlier, just penetrating, it's not going to work against these types of play calls.
Yeah, and West is clearly running away from Terrence Jones, who made 90% of the tackles in the first half, it seemed.
So great adjustments. And I'll say adjustments. I'm assuming they were running the right stuff, what they wanted to run in the first half. It didn't work. But it's definitely working so far here. 1st and 10, just inside the 20-yard line. Norman going out in motion. You're going to throw the ball deep. Got him open. Good defense. Ball was underthrown a bit or in a position where he gave him a chance to catch it. But
yeah, number 2, Nate Canada, who's made some good plays. Great position there, didn't interfere.
It also looked like Davis, number 5, is open underneath. So he got just past his guy. So there we have it, 2nd. And now West has done this 2 times before. They got a first down inside, 30 and the 25, and then they went to the end zone.
They went twice in a row.
And got off and got behind the chains a little bit. Let's see what they can do this time around to change that. Here, 2nd down. So in the first half, this is where they would try to go deep again. See if they do something a little different. Davis in motion. Smith back to pass. A lot of pressure. A nice call. It's a screen if he can cut back inside. Great defensive play. The Princeton player cut underneath that. I think if he doesn't make the tackle, they have a chance to get at least 5. See it again. There's Jones coming on the outside. See what happens here. Yeah.
Got an undercut there, and most of the Princeton guys, Kennedy was in the right spot, who made the initial hit, and then the other teammates.
Kennedy's been in the right spot quite a bit tonight.
Yeah, he's a good player. He leads their team in tackles.
So 3rd and 11 from the 20-yard line. Lakota West, 15 seconds on the play clock. Doesn't seem to have a play in yet. You sure don't want to use a timeout up yet.
And I'd be fine with a field goal if I'm Lakota West as well. Put you in a one-score situation. So
we do get the play off. Smith is going to run the ball and nothing there. He's going to actually lose about 3 yards. 4th and 14, I think you have to try the field goal.
You have to, and this is the 4th field goal attempt for West. They converted successfully on the first one and missed on the other 2. We've got a injured Princeton player. 2 Viking players.
Looked like 97 was one of the 2. That would be the nose tackle, Demir Richardson. I didn't see the 2nd number.
I don't know if it was Freeman. I don't know if both their nose tackles kind of collided into each other.
Looks like maybe it's Derek Jeffries, the Sam linebacker, number 10. So you're Lakota West, right? I mean, 4th and 14. You're at the 24, so you're talking 41-42. You know your kicker has plenty of leg here. You're on the right hash. And the one thing you have to remember in high school, hashes are wider than they are in the pros. In the pros, they line up at the goalpost, and in high school, they don't. So
yeah, I think this is far enough that I don't know if that angle is going to matter as much. If you're a little closer, you might be worried about that angle, but you need points. You need to get more points on the board. You scored the first 3 of the game, and you haven't scored since, even though you've had ample opportunities to get field goals and to get touchdowns.
So it looks like Richardson is already up. It looked like they were working on the leg for both of them, which typically would be a cramp. It did warm up again today. It doesn't feel that warm right now, but we're not down on the turf.
Yeah, it's the humidity's still there, I believe so. But great night for football. Great night to be here at Lakota West. This joint broadcast between ICRC, Westchester Cable, Fox 19.3, bringing you 11 camera action here. Hit that like button, subscribe to these channels so you can get more high school action throughout the city, especially in this area, Lakota, Westchester, Mason. These guys are all over the place and do a great job implementing volunteers who run these cameras and us in the booth. It's awesome for out-of-town people to watch games. And
you might want to note that Princeton has used their first time out here. Third quarter, still 2:41 to go, up 9. West makes this. It's a 6-point game. It's in a game, and it is very likely to end up. So the official is waving a flag.
Yeah, he threw a flag, and then he picked it up, I believe, because Princeton took that timeout. I don't know what the defense would have been penalized.
Sometimes it would be substitution or too many men out there, but since they took the timeout, the play never actually happened. There's 58 for Princeton, one of those men in the middle, some big men. There's the cheerleaders for West. Definitely cheering here, seeing if they can't cheer Kofi on to a 41-yard field goal and get back within 1 score.
I saw the Princeton Tiger walking around in his mascot uniform early in the game, but I haven't quite seen him since. Let's see if we could find the Princeton Tiger mascot walking around. But
there's the snap, the kick, blocked again, came right off the outside. Boy, whoever picks this up for Princeton could go. They do pick it up. He's advancing and he's in the Lakota West territory. Still on his feet. 30, 20. Looks like he's going to take it in for the touchdown. There's a penalty, of course. But it should be Princeton ball, 1st and 10 at about their own 25-yard line.
Yeah, number 2 Kennedy again, who's always in the right spot. Picked that ball up. I don't know who Kennedy was the one that blocked it. Got up off the dive after the one who blocked the ball.
Was it him
and
or
made the recovery.
Was it 8 Wells that got the block? I think it may have been 8 Wells who blocked it and 2 Kennedy up and ran it. And so we'll see where they spot it. Might be closer to the 30-yard line.
And, that's normally a penalty no matter what level you play at. A lot of special teams, you're excited. You're trying to give an extra block and you have a block in the back. And
so at least one Princeton player down.
That's going against West.
I'll see what they've got.
That penalty was signaled against Lakota West.
So now we're really unclear because they walked it back.
The official call on the field, illegal blindside block by Lakota West.
So they called it an illegal blindside block, but they called it on Lakota West on the Princeton return. But the teams are moving out as if it's a penalty on Princeton. So I think it was just the...
That was a correction. Yeah, he just pointed the wrong way.
Yeah. So there you have... No. So he's calling it on West, a touchdown for Princeton.
Against Lakota West. Ruling on the field is touchdown.
So that's what he's doing. He's saying it was on Lakota West, that they hit a Princeton player from the blind side, and that is a touchdown. I don't know. The officials are still talking about it. Not a good look for the officials tonight.
Well, a lot of action. They're getting more camera time than anyone else here. They're coming over to explain the call first to the Vikings.
But at the end of the day, touchdown Princeton. Princeton now leads 18-3.
So what looked like was going to amount to 3 points for West turned into 7-6 for Princeton. See the fans up in the stands there, as confused as we are in the booth.
Yeah, the officials are wow.
Are they still talking about it?
So, okay, we'll see if we see it. That shouldn't be. It's side to side, so that doesn't qualify. But you're right, that's where he threw the flag. So, again, at the end of the day, here goes Princeton. They're going to try to run in the 2-point conversion. Looks like he's in. He is.
Yeah, you got it. So unsuccessful in 2 extra point attempts.
4 more flags. So after the play, 4 flags. I'm not even going to speculate anymore. The officials seem to be unsure themselves the last couple penalties. So we'll see what happens here.
This reminds me of a book that I got my son when he was 8. That was Peculiar Incidents, and you had to read a paragraph and decide what the right call was going to be. Like all the obscure football rules that could happen, we're seeing it all in the second half so far.
So what we know is with 2:26 to go here in the third quarter, Princeton leads 20-3.
2-point conversion successful. They've given up on the extra point attempts. Let's see this replay here. Let's look at the left side of the screen. Do we have offsetting personal
Yeah, this time
fouls
it's
there?
offsetting personal fouls after the play.
Little extracurriculars there. Number 9, Landon Myree, who was our impact player of the game for Princeton, hasn't touched the ball, but now he's in the scorebook with a unsportsmanlike penalty.
There you go. So it was just, from everything that's going on tonight, and I'm a little surprised that merited 4 flags. But they called on both teams, which makes it a nothing. So
this Lakota, that you see the Princeton crowd there, kind of melancholy, even though they've got a 17-point lead here at the end of the third quarter. But this West crowd has just been silenced by Princeton.
This whole quarter has been odd.
All special teams.
So they signaled offsetting, but now the official has advanced at 15 yards. So I have no idea how that now.
So Princeton's going to be able to kick off from the West 45.
Right, clearly the ref waved his hands, clearly signaled it was offsetting. We don't know. But anyway, Princeton is kicking the ball from the 45-yard line of Lakota West.
17-point lead, 2 minutes left in the third quarter, and West has their work cut out for them. All special teams goofiness this quarter. We had a kick that wasn't picked up by West. We had a blocked field goal that was ran back by Princeton. We had a punt that bizarre things happened. So
onside kick, which he caught it not, but he wasn't 10 yards. So that's Lakota West ball, because the kick didn't advance 10 yards before the Princeton player caught it on the fly, which is illegal touching is the flag.
So riddle me this.
And now another flag. So we've got some personal fouls as well, I'm sure.
So here's an interesting decision by the Princeton coaching staff. Obviously, you could pin West back and have him start at the 20. I guess the thought process is you're already kicking from the 45. They were probably going to run it back to the 35 anyways. So you might as well try an onside and get the ball.
Sure. So we know there's an illegal touching. And we know there was a flag significantly after the play.
Which has to be unsportsmanlike again, some kind of bickering or fighting.
And the officials, they seem to be unsure again. The group of them sits there again. So that's kick-catch interference, they're calling that he didn't give West a chance to catch the ball.
Yep. And then what else do we have?
And then they're dead ball.
Dead ball, personal foul, Princeton.
So it'll be Lakota West first down and good field
50.
position.
So Princeton kicked off from their 45. Nobody ran the ball back, and yet they're going to have the ball at the 50. 5 yards behind where Princeton kicked off from. That's a brain teaser.
This is interesting. So the ball is actually going to be spotted. Looks like around the 40-yard line of Princeton.
So 10 yards 15 yards past where he kicked off from.
So from the kickoff spot, yep.
And there wasn't anyone who...
Okay, hopefully we can get back to football.
Yeah.
So it's 1st and 10, Lakota West now trailing by 17 points with 2:23 to go here in the third quarter. They
got to make something happen.
They got to make something happen.
They need to be explosive.
And they got to make something happen fast.
Yeah, they need to have a sense of urgency here because...
Wow, 2 blocked field goals, a missed field goal. Stopped at the goal line. Oh, there's another flag.
That's holding.
That looks like holding.
On the carry. We got a flag on the field.
Looks like they said he hooked him.
Like we said, these referees are going to need an ice bath from their shoulder, their arm. We hate to keep harping on this because we don't want to take away from the kids how they're playing the game, this matchup that we've been looking forward to. But
they can't really play the game.
Yeah.
Right? What happens on the field doesn't normally count so far tonight. But at the end of the day, if you're Princeton,
they're out playing West.
It's the end of the third quarter, 2 minutes to go, and you're up 17 points. If you're Coach Parker, ignore everything else and be pretty happy about that, right?
Just finish. You just want to finish here if you're Princeton.
Here we go. 1st and 20 for Lakota West. Looks like it's going to be a relatively short. Looks like it's out of bounds.
Yeah, didn't quite catch it. Brogdon having a good game, though. He keeps getting open.
So 2nd and 20.
Smith keeps finding him.
And don't take anything away from Princeton's defense. They have, in spite of all the penalties, they've kept Lakota West out of the end zone.
Yeah, Kennedy's been in great position from his corner spot.
And Terrence Jones from the linebacker.
Oh, ridiculous. Just all over the place. Having a primetime performance.
There we go. We got one back in motion. Smith back to pass. Got a lot of pressure. Does make somebody miss. He's going to throw the ball into the ground. Oh, that's a hard try.
He's on the move, yeah, and Bradley did a good job adjusting, coming back to it.
He avoids the rush. He starts to think he's going to run, then he tries to throw the ball and unsuccessful. So 3rd and 20 for Lakota West.
Curious who that was in pursuit. I'm guessing Terrence Jones, but that's just based on past performance. Let's see who is getting the pressure from behind. Our screen went out, so we missed it there.
Here we go. 3rd down and 20. Minute 49 to go. Princeton
like
leading.
Derek Jeffries.
Who's
back in after an injury. So that's a good sign.
See if Lakota West can find something to even get this into 4th and makeable. Good pressure. He's just going to try to throw it downfield. Good adjustments. Nice, but good coverage. That was really just thrown out. 4th and 20 for Lakota West.
Yeah, 23 for West. Tried to go up and make a play. That's Roman Combs.
You got a punt, unfortunately. 4th and 20. You're at midfield, but 4th and 20. Now,
again, good pressure by the up front lineman of Princeton, getting a hand up in the face of Smith.
Up 3 scores. Right, they're teeing off now. Here we go. Kofi back to punt from his own 50. From his own 50, from everybody's 50. Ball's going to go out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. Nice punt.
Good bounce, good roll.
Kind of an old school punt, right? Where you punt it actually was a coffin corner. These days they just punt it high and hope somebody can outrun it. Back in the day, they angled it over there. So
yeah, there's certain returners, and Princeton has them, that you don't want to give them a chance. Like, why give them a chance to scamper down the field for 80 yards? Just kick it out of bounds and let your defense make a play here.
So here we are from Lakota West Firebird Stadium. Princeton leading 20-3 with 1:36 to go in the third quarter. They have the ball on their own 10-yard line, 1st and 10.
Yeah, West defense has to make something happen. Their offense has been a little stagnant lately, so if they can get a turnover here deep in Princeton field, if they can get a pick, well, I would imagine Princeton's not going to throw too many passes, up 3 scores, but
looks like they're just going to try to run the ball. Wow. Lakota West linebacker met somebody in the hole. Might have been a defensive back.
Fabulous wrap up there.
Gained about 4. Looked like he had more, and then he was met. Looks like that's the younger Neal. And it looked like he got hit pretty hard there.
Yeah, Nehemiah Neal. with the run. And great open field tackle there, Cam Thomas.
Because we had a chance. I tell you what, we said the Lakota West offense needed to do something if they wanted to have a chance. They didn't. Now they put the pressure on the defense. They need to do something here before the end of the fourth quarter. 2nd and 7, 50 seconds to go. Princeton's obviously going to let a little clock run. Guy in motion. They're going to run the ball out to the left side. It's going to gain 4 maybe.
Zion Neal and Riley Newman on the tackle, but
see where it's spotted.
Not much for Neal. It's going to bring up 3rd and 3, it looks like.
Yeah, 3rd and 3, so huge play. They will have to run a play. The 1 second difference between the play clock and the game clock, so they'll have to run the play. See if Lakota West, which is valuable for Lakota West, right? You have to get a chance to stop them and get the 4th down as the quarter starts. See what they do here. I don't know if they realize they have to run a play.
Now here's the interesting thing. You could throw a pass. You don't necessarily have to run to keep the clock moving because the clock's going to expire either way. So
looks like they're going to allow. Yes, they got their timeout, which that's their 2nd timeout. Now up 3 scores. Not quite a big play. That looked like.
Yeah, still 1 second left on the clock. Interesting timeout by Princeton. You'd think they would have run a play.
So 3rd and 3, they have to run a play, and then we'll have the 4th quarter. So we'll see what happens here if Lakota West can make a play.
Yeah, I was very surprised. They just didn't run a play. I don't know if they were necessarily aware that there was a 1 second differential there.
It looked like the sideline realized it, but the players maybe didn't. So we'll see what happens here. Here they are, come back on the field. So again, 1 second to go here in the 3rd quarter. Princeton up 20-3, 3rd and 3 from their own 17-yard line. I mean, clearly Lakota West has to stop them here, but they still have to score 3 times.
Yeah, they need to get a stop there.
So he's going to get it. He gets the first down and more.
Zion Neal.
Still on his feet, outside the 30. And probably a little extra for him being a Lakota East player here, having some success at Lakota West. First down, and there is a penalty flag. So we'll see what they choose to do here. Look like number 11 went down first. I don't think they threw the flag then. Looked like some Lakota West players then came in to try to recover.
Late hit out of bounds potentially.
I think it's a personal foul on Lakota West that they did not throw the flag when the Lakota West player either flopped or got knocked down early. And then they threw the flag when a separate Lakota West player came in there who took exception.
So I believe that's going to take us to a quick commercial break. We may stay live, I'm not sure. We are going to take a break here. And from Firebird Stadium, it is the Princeton Vikings 20, Lakota West 3. We'll be back for the 4th quarter in a sec.
People couldn't see my potential, so I had to show them.
I've run this place for 20 years, but I still need to prove that I'm more than what you see on paper.
Today, I'm the CEO of my own company.
That's the way my mind works. I have a very mechanical brain.
Why are we not rethinking this?
I am more.
I'm more than
who I am on paper.
It's important to get a flu shot each and every year because flu viruses are constantly changing and immunity from the vaccine decreases over time. Flu vaccines are updated annually to work against that year's viruses. The best time to get your shot is in the fall, but getting it later can still help. Getting a flu shot lowers your risk of getting sick, and if you do happen to get flu, it's likely to be less severe.
If you're buzzed and doing this, to make yourself feel okay to drive?
ZWX.
You're not okay to drive.
YGKLVW. Regular you.
So here we are back at Firebird Stadium on the campus of Lakota West. On the scoreboard has been all Princeton tonight. Ken, what do you see?
Yeah, I mean on the scoreboard, yeah, but in terms of number of yards per play, time of possession, Lakota West is outplaying Princeton, but Princeton has had the big plays. They had the blocked field goal that they ran back. They had a long 80-yard run, a long 52-yard run, 57-yard run. So they have the big plays going for them.
So Princeton runs the ball up the middle there, gain of 2, 2nd and 8 for Princeton. I'm not sure how we get to Lakota West. How do they get to 3 scores? Anything they can do, anything Lakota West can do here different. I mean, clock is just continuing to run.
Yeah, they need to take some chances and go downfield. They got to get the ball in the end zone. They've had their chances, you know, by the number of field goals they've attempted in range of Kofi, and by the amount of extra yards Princeton's giving them, they're just not finishing. They're not capitalizing there.
So Princeton just used their 3rd and final timeout. Again, up 3 scores, not nearly as critical as it seemed when they used that first one early on.
I'm confused by timeout number 2 also. Like, you've got 0 seconds left in the quarter. Just run a play. You're going to run anyways, so just run. So that's the one they wasted, although you may not need them up 3 scores.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? It's not good utilization, but it may not matter. So we'll see what happens here. Lakota West.
I think Lakota West is shell-shocked right now. I did not think that they thought Princeton was going to come in and have this great of a score differential against them.
And I don't know what this. It's hard to figure what the score would be if Princeton didn't have 150 yards in penalties.
Do you realize Princeton's only given up 5 points in their last 2 games in 3 quarters?
Pretty impressive.
They gave up 2 points against Hamilton and 0 points against Sycamore.
I'm just thinking if they can get a little bit of a handle on the penalties.
Hey, you don't think of Princeton as a defensive team.
They got a chance to have a huge season. Back to pass here. A lot of pressure from Lakota West. Oh, so we'll see what I think he's out of bounds before the quarterback threw the ball in the air.
Yeah,
that was Neal again.
Neal scrambling. But here's the thing. You think of Princeton as a team that could score in a hurry and score quickly. To hold Lakota West to 3 points, that's an impressive defense.
That's impressive. And where Lakota West has had the ball, so Princeton is fortunate that he was out of bounds, because then it would have been grounding and it would have been the loss plus additional yards. It's still going to be 3rd and 17, and they did stop the clock by going out of bounds. Again, just not sure how, and maybe not meaningful with still up 3 scores. See Princeton rushing to line of scrimmage.
They need the clock running. You know, the clock's your friend if you're Princeton.
Just going to run up the middle, nothing there. And maybe 2. It's going to be 4th down again for Princeton from their own 35-yard line. So we would assume they're going to be punting. They're probably going to take as many of those 35 seconds on that clock as they can.
And honestly, for Lakota West to get back in this game, they need to put some pressure on this kick. They need to force a bad kick, get a hand on it. Their special teams needs to make something happen here because they don't have a lot of time left.
You're right. They need to do something to change the momentum, whether it's a blocked punt or a punt return. Bradley back deep for Lakota West. See what happens here with the punt. Looks like it's a kicked away from him. Let's see if Bradley can get to it at his own 30-yard line. He does pick it up, but the defense is there. He's going to go backwards, try to get around, and I don't think that's going to work. He's going to be taken down to his own 25, but you do understand that. You know, he tried to make a play. If he could get all the way around, it was a lot of open field.
And that's good kick coverage by Princeton. Their players got down the field 33 and 20. Number 20 is Noble James, and number 33, Eric Sarpong Jr. Good coverage.
Yeah, and it's going to end up being about a 41-yard net punt. So outstanding at this level. So 1st and 10 Lakota West, 10:15 to go. Trailing by 17. Do we have to do they have to start slinging it?
45-yard line.
Yeah, they're going to have to take some long downfield chances.
The challenge has been when they've tried to go back to pass, there's been a lot of pressure for the most part.
Yeah, he hasn't had the extra time that he needs. There's a motion man.
So here's Smith going to move forward. He's got to get receiver in the middle of the field.
He's got
Pass
someone.
midfield. That's actually been the success he's had is when he stepped up in the pocket or through the pocket almost in open field and then found a receiver. So nice play by Jackson Smith. Good recovery. Solid protection. And then he stepped up.
Yeah, he had time. He stepped up nicely and got it to – who caught that?
That was 14, I believe, for Lakota West. I would think that's Jordan. So 1st and 10 Lakota West, 47-yard line of Princeton. Quick pass on the outside. Not much there at all. Still inbound, so clock running under 10 minutes.
And they have to have a sense of urgency. Like they're in the 2-minute drill already. Get up to the line, get the next play, and go. You have to have 2-3 plays knowing what you're doing, and they're hot routes. Quick calls at the line of scrimmage, no time to huddle.
Somebody's injured on the play. So the clock will stop to get, I think that was Jordan again. Get him off the field there after had a nice catch 2 plays ago. So the clock will restart. 2nd and 9 Lakota West, 46-yard line of Princeton. Need to see if they can find another long play here. Norman in motion. Here comes the blitz.
Oh, my. Untouched.
He's going to go down for a big loss. Back to his own 45-yard line, and there's another penalty.
And number 42 with a head of steam from Princeton. That is...
So it appears that after the thing, the Princeton player celebrated and is going to get a penalty. So, yep, another unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on Princeton. So it'll be
Jamari Harper.
So, wow, great rush, timed it perfect, took him back to the 45-yard line. So now they're going to go ahead and advance the ball back up to the 40-yard line.
And that's interesting because he didn't hover over the player. He took 5 steps backwards and then did his celebration. But I guess you can't do that in high school.
No, so it's going to be third and short. So we'll see what happens here. Unlike, pro, it's not an automatic first down. So here we go, Lakota West, Smith back. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Motion out of the backfield. He's going to try to throw it deep. Looks like he's got a step.
Just over, out of bounds.
Going to be incomplete, so it's going to be 4th down. So Lakota West, took a shot at it, 3rd and 2. Now it's 4th and 2.
Yeah, you're in 4-down territory anyways. They knew by running that play that they were going to go for it on 4th regardless.
8:55 to go in the game, down 17 points, 20-3.
So a little urgency for West here. They need this first down. If they don't get this first down and give Princeton the ball, Princeton's going to run, take at least 3 to 5 minutes off the clock.
So here goes Lakota West. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Got the tight end off flanker. Quick pass back. See if he's got enough to figure
first down.
He's going to get a first down. Not much more.
Ball kind of came out.
Looks like he's going to advance it to the 35-yard line. So first down, Lakota West. Clock will stop just to reset the chains.
That ball popped out a little bit.
Looks like Brogdon.
Bradley limping.
Yeah, it's Bradley. Looks like he got injured a little bit. Ankle. Clock running.
That ball popped out. Lakota West 57. Jumped on it. Sean Simmons wherewithal to jump on that ball. Could have been a turnover right there.
So 1st and 10 Lakota West. Ball at the 36-yard line of Princeton. Not sure why the clock stopped and Princeton's going to the sideline.
They don't have timeout, so they couldn't have called that.
Now it's interesting. The official's winding the clock, but the Lakota West is not allowed to snap the ball because they just brought Princeton back on the field. So here we'll see what happens. Here comes the red zone offsides. It will be 1st and 5. So that's one of those where he was so fast he even beat the snap. Princeton has been trying to time these up, and boy, they've been pretty effective at it.
I'm not sure what happened there. Princeton was going off the field, and then they were allowed to come back on. Usually, you could snap the ball if your offense is set and you didn't substitute, unless West made a substitution and they were giving them time to adjust.
The clock continues to run, approaching 8 minutes here to go. Smith in shotgun, one back with him in the backfield. Two receivers right, one left. And move the back, Norman over to his right side. Out of clock running. There's some pressure, but Norman did a nice job. I don't think he ever caught it. I think it was, I think he bobbled it.
Yeah, he didn't have full controlled possession there.
Not a fumble, but it will be an incomplete. So 2nd and 5 for Lakota West. Clock does stop. 7:49 to go. We'll see it here quick. Kind of got away there. Might have Radica looked like he tried to hold the guy on the outside. I don't know if he got him or not. Coach Bolden not real happy with how things are going, and I understand why. You know, the one thing this reminds me of, there was a game back years and years ago. I think it was the Sun Bowl or something. The Miami Hurricanes in their heyday had a game where they won big and they had over 200 yards of penalties. This kind of is reminiscent of that. I mean, Princeton's up 17 points in spite of, I don't know what the number is right now. We don't have the stat. It's well over 150 yards of penalties.
Yeah, there was a catch by Jordan there on the sideline.
Another first down. 7:44 to go. 1st and 10, Lakota West inside the 25-yard line of Princeton.
To have that many penalties and not give up a touchdown is baffling.
I mean, think about that. Ball at the 6, penalty to the 3, penalty from the 1 to the half, and they've been able to keep Lakota West out of the end zone.
So West trying to get in the end zone on this possession. Let's see if they can capitalize on a few more mistakes here. Another untouched to the quarterback.
Got rid of the ball.
He's taken some shots lately. Like you said, Princeton just teeing off.
And Norman couldn't quite get a handle on that one. It almost looked that time like the Princeton guy kind of held up like he was shocked that he was unblocked. You see him just kind of put his hands on to Smith, but didn't hit him. Probably a good idea the way the night's gone.
Yeah, not get a late hit, because Smith did get rid of it in a hurry. But West now facing a 2nd and 10 from Princeton's 24. Again, they just need to get in the end zone and get some momentum going.
See what they do here and at least give themselves a chance here. Smith in the shotgun, one back with him, 3 left. They're going to run the draw, run it up the middle. Norman is able to keep his feet. Ball is inbounds about the 18-yard line. Looks like he gained about 6, so it's going to be 3rd and 4 for Lakota West.
Did get out of bounds, so the clock's... Clock's keeping going.
Yeah, he did wind him, said he was down inbounds. It's hard to tell over there because he kind of broke loose.
He was.
So the 7:17 and counting.
So 3rd and 4, and you have 2 plays to get this. Obviously, you want to get the first down here, but I would imagine a run by West here, knowing you're going to have an opportunity on 4th as well. But Princeton's short yardage defense has been solid tonight.
Princeton's done a great job here of just making West take a lot of time. Even if even though they're moving it down the field, right, it's taking them a long time. There's a sack. Smith is down.
And here's something new. There's some flags on the field.
See what the actual call is. Ball's back. Looks like it's going to be about a 3rd and 6.
Looks like holding on West was the initial. Oh, no. Nope, Princeton declined.
So it will be 4th and 6, I believe, is going to be the call. I think the receiver cut upfield before the snap is what they were calling there. He's been awful close to it a few times. They haven't called it, but it looked like they talked to him a couple times, so they probably said, hey, you're awful close.
So 4th and 6, obviously a field goal does not help you in this situation, so go for it here. There's Coach Bolden barking out some instructions on the sideline.
Now, you can argue it does. You need 3 scores. Got him wide open. Davis, I think, is going to go in the end zone.
Touchdown, Lakota West on the board with 6 here in the 4th quarter.
But credit to Princeton. How many plays did it take and how many minutes? Oh, there is a flag, of course. Looks like it's on Princeton. I think it's going to be declined.
Wide open here. Smith finds Davis.
See what they signal?
And he makes a nice cutback, cut in, dive for the end zone.
So it's defensive holding, which will be declined. Touchdown, Lakota West. So are you thinking of onside kick? I guess that's what you're.
I don't know. Maybe a squib like they started the game. Maybe a little bouncer in the middle of the field. Going for 2 doesn't really help you here, so they are going to kick the extra point, I believe. Some West fans excited in the stands, clapping along with the band. Home crowd rejuvenated a little bit here. We got number 5, Davis was hobbling off the field there. He's being helped off the field. And you don't want to see that if you're a Lakota West fan.
No, that's not good. See what happens here. Lakota West is trying to line up for their extra point. Play clock has not started, so doing a little bit of a shuffle drill, getting players in and off the field to get lined up, but for some reason the ball's not spotted yet, so no real hurry. All right, there they go. They've spotted the ball, ready for play. And, yeah, they've been coming off this outside on the field goals. There's the kick, and it's good.
Big time kick. That's going to wind up at the Kemba Credit Union parking lot there.
So here we are, 6:22 to go, fourth quarter. West finally crosses the goal line, but still trails 20-10 to the Princeton Vikings. So still two series.
So Brent, I don't know if you were curious with this joint broadcast what the inside of the production truck
look at that
looks like. ICRC, Fox 19, and Westchester Cable. Look at those guys at work. Hardest working guys in Westchester right now.
So now you can see where all those 11 cameras are. There's one of those cameramen doing such a great job
tonight. They're doing an awesome job
getting us every angle, every time, replays.
They're zooming in on every flag that we've seen all night. They're unbelievable. It's been fantastic being in this booth with this quality caliber of a broadcast.
So here we go. We've got...
look at our parabola operator.
Wow.
So as a math guy, I'm a math guy. I write about that in textbooks that I do. We're going to write a word problem about the Lakota West parabola operator guy coming into a textbook near you.
Outstanding. So what do you think? Are they onside
you have
kick,
to
right?
squib it. You have to onside their line. Looks like they're lining up onside. You have to. You don't have a choice. Even if you give Princeton a long field and a short field, you still need to stop them in 3 downs or have a defensive turnover. You got to get the ball back.
And you do have 3 timeouts. That can help you with 1 possession, but they need 2 possessions. So apparently a penalty on Princeton was applied to the kickoff. Now, Lakota West will be kicking from the 50-yard line, it appears.
I don't know if we've had 2 kickoffs from the same yard line in this game.
So here they go. So Kofi, we'll see. We know he's got a strong leg. We'll see if he's got the spins or the flips or the bounces in his leg here, because Lakota West needs some magic.
Their opening kickoff trickled a little bit, and we think that was intentional to try and get Princeton off guard. But no, Princeton has their hand teams. They're expecting it. Try and get a high hop. Make sure that ball goes 10 yards.
Nice play by Princeton. He's going to go all the way.
Wow.
Now they are going to catch him, it looks like. Nope.
Number 21 for Princeton, taking the ball off the 2-hop, playing it like a shortstop. Gianni Simpson to the house.
To the house. And it's funny because your special teams coach says, don't do that, right? Catch it, go down. But he wasn't having any of that.
That was big-time athletic play.
He played the ball on 2 hops. West did not get a chance to get close to him. And, probably West was like, oh, shoot. And there he went.
I mean, that's just like a baseball infielder attacking the ball, getting it on the second hop.
And nobody there.
And just outrunning everyone.
Nobody in front of him. Great play from Princeton. They now lead 26-10. Wow. Kind of I'll say an important kick here because it puts you back up 3 scores versus just 2. But the way it's gone, I don't think that was going to be that significant, and it's good. So with 6:13 to go here from Lakota West, Princeton 27, Lakota West 10.
Let's talk about the Princeton special teams. What started out as 2 missed extra points, disaster in the special teams film room tomorrow, now turned into a blocked field goal for a score,
yeah,
and an onside kick return for a score.
And another blocked field goal. Right? Two blocks, one for a
two special teams touchdowns.
Yeah. And
two big-time block field goals. You know, if they don't block those West field goals, and it's 12-9 or 12-6,
right?
West plays it a little differently.
It's a different game. So, great job. You can see the Princeton crowd over there celebrating. The utility workers or the construction workers. We've got.
I don't know what you call those little
Neon Night. For the Princeton Vikings, and they've been very successful with Neon Night.
Yeah, I need to get me one of those.
There's the Lakota West bands still celebrating their team, although you could tell a little bit disappointed.
And you know what I love? Look how many people are in that band. Look how many students are in that band. Kids that are involved in activities for practices and on Friday night. It's great. It's great to see.
So here we go. Messer will be kicking off again for Princeton, and he is kicking from the 40-yard line. So, and for those of you who don't watch all the time, that is normally where you kick off from. We just haven't seen it very often today. So Bradley is back with Norman for Lakota West. He's going to try to kick it. This one does go out of bounds.
Yeah, I know the question's coming from you. What does West need to do? I don't know. I mean, they need to do what they did on the last possession. They need to score a little quicker than they did. They can't be taking 5-6 minutes. They need a 3-minute drive, 2-minute drive.
I mean, not scoring before half has been the challenge, right?
Yeah.
So we'll see what they do here now. The Lakota West is going to make them re-kick. I'm a bit confused. The official lined up at the 45-yard line. I think they got confused. It actually will go back to the 35-yard line. So now Princeton will kick from the... See, we talked too soon. The kick from the 40, nope. Got to kick it out of bounds, so now you're kicking from the 35.
Got to do it over again. That wasn't the correct yard line. That was too standardized.
So here we go. Messer will get another chance to stretch out his leg. Lakota West will be lined up around their own 15-yard line, so they should get a chance to return this. Although Messer's done a decent job of putting the ball kind of in that corner a bit. Now he's just going to try to squib it down the middle. West picks it up inside their own 20. Going to run it straight up the middle. Nice gain out to the 38-yard line. No flags on the play, so Lakota West will take over 1st and 10 from their own 38-yard line, trailing by 17.
Down 17, 6:08 left. You have to score within 2 minutes here. I mean, or sooner. Like you don't have many possessions left in this game.
If you're Coach Bolden, and I know you never give up and all that kind of stuff, but aren't you sitting here saying, hey, let's just get another good drive, another touchdown? Aren't you trying to set up the rest of your season here? You know, you just scored the last drive. Now, if you score again here, even though you may lose the game, at least you're in a position where you can say, hey, we finished out the fourth quarter doing what we know how to do.
Yeah, you need to put points on the board. Next week, you're at Fairfield, and then you're home against Middletown. Then you're at Coleraine.
Smith is going to tee back. He does have a receiver open. Great defensive play. Smith couldn't quite get the ball as deep as who that was, Brogdon. And a nice recovery by the Princeton defender who tipped it away just in time.
Yeah, that was Andrew Wells who knocked it away for
He was behind him, but couldn't. Just a good recovery.
And Wells tipped it up over the head of the receiver, but nice recovery by the corner because he did get beat, like you said.
2nd and 10 for Lakota West from their own 38-yard line. Smith in the shotgun. 3 receivers left, 1 right. Back in the backfield with him. Going to do a quick out pattern or a quick stop. He's going to turn and run it. Gain about 5. That's Brogdon again, number 9. So we'll see what happens here. 3rd and short for Lakota West. 5:47 and running.
So West, like we said, is at Fairfield next week. They're home against Middletown, and then they're at Coleraine. Princeton, on the other hand, next week has Lakota East at home. Then they're at Mason. And then they're home against Hamilton. Home games being played at Lockland Stadium.
Princeton just about pick 6. If you watch that again, I think it might be your favorite player there, Kennedy. Number 2. Look at this. He almost steps in front, or he does step in front, just couldn't quite wheel it in. So it's going to be 4th and 2 for Lakota West. Clock running, the play clock running, under 20 seconds. Game clock stopped on that incompletion. Here we go. We'll see what happens. And, you know, it's Middletown. There's a surprising 3-0 team this year. Here goes West. Pressure right up the gut. Smith is going to throw it. He's got a receiver open. I think it's Brogdon again. You mentioned he had like 1 catch on the season.
1 catch for 6 yards coming into this game, and he's been almost a favorite target there of Smith.
He sure has. A Princeton player down. First down, Lakota West. See where they spot it. Looks like the 28-yard line of Princeton. Good recovery, good catch, good adjustment in the air to the ball by Brogdon.
So at this timeout here for West, I've got some scores from around the GMC. Middletown 31. Middletown 31. Sorry. I just hit the wrong thing. Hold on. Middletown 31, Coleraine 0.
Not a huge surprise there.
Fairfield 34, Sycamore 9. Mason 17, Oak Hill 7. Lakota East 31, Hamilton 27. So close game for East, who got beat by Mason last week by 5, and then they'll have to play this Princeton team next week. That's a tall order to handle.
It is. I mean, again, Princeton with the virtue of the special teams and some strong defense when they needed it has overcome a lot of adversity tonight to be still up 3 scores on Lakota West, 5:26 to go.
I'll tell you what, I underestimated their defense. I just assumed Sycamore's down a little bit and Hamilton's down a little bit, and they beat them pretty easily. But to hold West to 10 or 3 for the most of the game, very impressive. Now West trying to add to that 10 on this drive.
Going to throw it deep again. There's a couple receivers out there. No, incomplete pass. Another 2 more penalty flags on the play. There was 1 real time, and then I think 1 after the fact. So I'm not sure what they. It is something else, right? The number of penalties that they've called tonight.
Yeah.
I don't know that I've ever seen, and I've watched a lot of football. I don't know that I've ever seen this many penalties on one team. Well, and we're not talking about false starts, right?
Unsportsmanlike.
Even holdings we're
bizarre.
not seeing.
So, and Brent, when looks like somebody gave an official a thumbs down. Is that what happened? Oh, the other player.
So there you go.
The thumbs down taunting play. Also 15.
I mean, they throw an incomplete pass. You've 5 minutes to go. You're up 3 scores, and you're now allowed to advance at 15 yards or half the distance.
And that's been an issue with Princeton for years. I mean, it's, I don't know. I read off those scores from the GMC, Brent. They're all done. Those are all final. I don't know if we're getting paid overtime tonight, but we still have 5 minutes, which could equate to hour and a half. Who knows with all these penalties?
I don't know. And they ejected him. I don't know if that means that was his second, if that was because it was the second one or they're just tired of it. Perhaps it's one of those deterrent. He won't have another penalty if we throw him out of the game.
Here's something new, an officials conference.
Oh my gosh, this is so it'll be first down for Lakota West. Somewhere inside the Princeton 15-yard line. We'll see where they actually spot it. Still trailing by 17 points. Officials, we don't know. I don't know. They're having a conversation. Maybe because the ejection.
Yeah, the paperwork has to be done for the ejection.
We'll see what they are doing. They've got. No, I guess that's it. They just, wanted a breather.
Back to football.
So here we go. Jackson Smith in the shotgun. Couple receivers left, 1 right. Nobody in the backfield with him. He's going to throw a quick one toward the end zone. Looks like it's caught.
Nice catch.
I think he's out of bounds at like the 1-yard line.
Got him at the 1-inch line, but what a throw and catch by Davis. Oh, sorry, Carmelo Jordan.
So it will be first and goal for Lakota West inside the 1 again. 4:57 to go. Like I said, at least maybe if you're West, you do this. If you can score here, you got 3 timeouts. You can get the ball back, score again. I know that still doesn't get you back.
Like you said, you want points on the board for next week, for the week after. for your psyche, for your mental capacity.
That your offense can make things happen. So we'll see what Smith does here. Another flag. I think this is a false start, so this is kind of a traditional penalty that you normally see. Thank goodness this is not a muddy field. I mean, right, these flags would be needing laundered terribly, but at least it's on the turf tonight. So it will be first and goal from the 6-yard line for Lakota West. Still 4:57
And they've been
to
in
go.
this position. That's the position they were in at the end of the first half. They couldn't capitalize. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
See what they do now. It looks like Norman in the backfield with Smith. A couple receivers pointed each way. Try to run the ball up the middle.
Nowhere.
Not much.
That big beef right in the middle again for Princeton between Terrence Jones and between Jaden Freeman and Demir Richardson. Man, it's hard to get past them.
Looked like number 8, Andrew Wells, filled the hole also for him that time. He's made a couple plays from his safety position as well. So here we go, 2nd down and 4, or 2nd and goal from the 4-yard line for Lakota West. See what happens here. 2 receivers right, 2 left, 1 back in the backfield with Smith. Smith takes the shotgun snap. He tries to throw quick, nothing there. He's now going to try to run it. He's going to get to about the 2-yard line. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 2. Clock running. It'll be under 4 minutes at your next snap.
Yeah, he was brought down by 42, Jamari Harper. Harper didn't start on defense for Princeton, and he's come in and done a dynamite job.
Made several plays. See what Lakota West does here, right to the line of scrimmage. Clock does go under 4 minutes. 3rd down and goal from just inside the 3, it looks like, the spot.
Almost got the Vikings to jump. And no room at all.
He's actually backwards, lost 2 yards. It's going to be 4th and goal from the 5. Did look like they might have had him offsides, but must have just timed it really well.
Yeah, just great timing there, and tackle
Is
made
that 42
by.
again?
No, that was it?
I think it might have been Harper again. There he is, 42.
What a hit.
Nice play, yeah, timed it right. So here we go, clock continuing to run. Fast.
4th and 5. Here's another possession where
3 minutes.
West is inside the 5 and 4 chances to get it. Can they punch it in this time?
See what they do here. Smith takes the ball. He's going to throw it into the end zone. Looks like there's a couple receivers out there. Believe it's incomplete. Overthrown. Interestingly enough, the defenders just kind of signaled incomplete and then looked at the official to make sure that wasn't a problem, and apparently this time it was not. I think that's still okay. So that will mean Princeton will take over on their own 5-yard line, 1st and 10, exactly 3 minutes to go. So, wow, that looks like that was probably the last gasp for the Firebirds.
Yeah, and the crowd here in front of us has dispersed a little bit. A lot of the band parents have left, and they don't know what to think because West came into this game thinking they were the better team and thinking they were going to handle Princeton pretty easily, but the Vikings had other plans.
Vikings had other plans. So, we've talked a lot about the penalties, but let's give the defense for Princeton credit. In spite of that, they have made play after play. They are he does advance it out of the end zone, maybe to the 7-yard line.
We got goal line stands on both ends of the field, stopping West from punching it in. So we had ample opportunities, something that's their bread and butter, just getting 4 yards.
And look at that, they had him in the end zone, and Neal was able to advance it out to the 7-yard line. So that was big. Instead of a 5-yard loss and a safety, they were able to advance it out there. West used their first time out. So if they can stop him here, it is 2nd and 8. They do have an opportunity to get the ball back and perhaps punch one more in. I know it won't mean much on the win-loss, but it may mean something for their confidence. I don't know. You're Lakota West. It's like you've moved the ball. You just haven't been able to finish.
And it's the message you want to send to your players. I mean, Coach Bolden, obviously there's a big story here. There's a big picture where you're just not going to say, you know what, we didn't win this game. Let's just let the clock expire and take our lumps. You need to show your kids that you're going to fight till the end. You're going to take your timeouts. You're going to try and get the ball back. Because anything could happen, too. There's 3 minutes left in a high school football game. You don't know what could happen.
Well, and the reality is, this doesn't put Lakota West out of the playoff race. You just have to get it together, finish out the GMC season strong, and you put your position. Now on the other side of that,
puts Princeton in a driver's seat for the GMC, maybe.
You know, Middletown moving to 4-0. So I guess from that perspective, Middletown, it's just hard for me to think that Middletown is going to beat Lakota West and Princeton the way it's been the last 10 plus years. But they're going to be 4-0. They're going to be, actually, right, they're going to be the only undefeated team in the GMC after this week.
Yeah, they'll be 3-0 in the GMC, 4-0 overall. East has a loss to Mason. Mason has a loss to West. Fairfield had an early loss. Hamilton has 2 losses. So, yeah, it definitely puts Princeton in the driver's seat for the GMC. But like you said, most of the teams in the city, I don't know if they pared it back down to 8 or they're still at 16. I know they were toying around with that. So they're back to, like last year, 16 out of the 19 teams make it to the playoffs in D1. You're going to make the playoffs. So it's what you do at the end of the season. But here, you just have to be in the top half of the teams in the city, and West is still in the top half.
Yeah, it is 12. That is absolutely right. They gave a bye week to the top 4.
Okay, so you're in the playoffs. So I mean, you're not going to blow your playoff chances with this one game. You're going to make yourself tougher because Coach Bolden's going to teach you it's not a loss, it's a learn.
So 3rd and 7 for Princeton. Advances the ball a little bit more, not for a first down. It'll be the 3rd time out for Lakota West. Princeton's going to be punting, so Lakota West will still have a couple minutes, 2:29 on the clock. They should get the ball with a couple minutes left, a chance to put one more score on the board, improve their confidence, especially on the offensive side. The defense,
and if you could tip a punt here, you could get a special teams score. Who knows? And it's happened. We see it happen in this game. So see what happens here, but. Yeah, we're working in the wee hours here. It's approaching 10 p.m., and we still have 2 hours and 30 minutes. I hope our camera guys, I hope there's enough skyline left in the booth for our camera guys to come up and
now, come on, Ken. It's 2 minutes and 29. It's not 2 hours left. Come on. I don't think they can extend it that far. Although, I don't put anything past this game. It's been crazy. It's...
Yeah, we've definitely seen some interesting plays, some interesting special teams plays as well, and some penalties that, like I said earlier, these kids see it on TV, so they do it. I don't know. I wish some of the NFL players would tone it down a little bit. I don't know if that's the right thing to say, but as a high school kid, just play the game.
Well, I had this conversation with my kids a lot, you know. What they think is celebration, I think is taunting. And that's the difference, right? In theory, you know, they're trying to stop the taunting.
We got a not so great of a kick there, but nice bounce for Princeton, and West is going to have the ball around the 40. They're on 46.
So there you go, 2:18 to go, trailing by 17 points. Let's see if they're happy.
But I don't think anything we've seen tonight.
There's another penalty. Personal foul on Princeton.
I don't think anything we've seen tonight is, I don't know what word I'm looking for, but it's not atrocious. It's not crazy. It's just, it's a subtle, unsportsmanlike. You can't do it. We're going to try and see what happened here.
See what the...
little shove in the...
Yes. So wait a minute, that
ran
sure looked like
Lakota
Lakota
West,
and that was Lakota West penalty. So they changed it up, right? So that'll be a first down for Princeton because that is a roughing the kicker.
After he kicked the ball, though, he was
not yet
coming downfield as a tackler.
I think they're going to call it a post change of possession penalty, and it's going to become a first down now. We'll get five of them together, and I'm sure they'll come up with an answer.
I told you this could last another 2 hours.
You did. They're still talking. So now you've changed their mind, right? They're going with your ruling that it was after the punt, so it's going to be a penalty.
Because he had kicked the ball. He was a tackler at that point. He's a special teams defensive pursuit.
So Lakota West will have a first down from their own 31-yard line instead of the 46.
And he was blocked in the back. I mean,
but the official absolutely signaled first down Princeton, and then they got together and said, "Wait a minute, he wasn't, as you mentioned, he wasn't a punter anymore." I mean, he was like 8 yards from where he finished his punting.
I think they're just confused and delirious. But I mean, you know what? Not to knock high school officiating, because it's a hard job. You know, and I appreciate these guys out there. I'm not trying to belittle what they're doing. They're trying to get control of this game so nobody gets injured, so nobody gets in a fight. I don't mean to critique him as much as we sound like we are.
But let's be clear. There was an early holding penalty that I thought was a little iffy. The rest of these, I mean, that's a penalty, right? I mean, he just went and hit the punter, not in the play. So I'll be honest. I mean, you can argue whether or not you think the taunting or the unsportsmanlike should be a penalty, but by rule it is. Yeah. So I don't think they're missing calls. I think that's what's happening tonight, and
there was a deep ball down the field for Ryan, nicely, a little bit overthrown by Smith, but nicely now into the game as a senior receiver. I'm trying to get some of these guys in the game here. Is that still? No, it's a new quarterback as well. Right?
Check out who that is. It Wyatt Schroeder? Let's see. Was it 12? No, it's still Jackson Smith, 7.
Still Smith.
So here they go, 2nd and 10 from their own 31-yard line. 2 minutes and 10 seconds to go. Smith back. A lot of pressure.
Oh, my.
He's going down again. Came right up the middle. Tackled around the 20-yard line. I think is where they're going to spot him.
That's 97 just blasting through the line. 97, Demir Richardson from his nose guard position. Oh, and 13 as well. Put some new guys in there.
Yeah, so he's injured after the sack.
13 is Shamsuddin Pickens Jr. for Princeton, getting in the game and getting a quick sack to his credit.
Richardson is that 6'2", 304-pound sophomore. Has been a bit of a menace in the middle.
Yeah, he's going to be fun to watch coming up. It kind of reminds me of some of the Princeton Vikings of long ago that just you could
William
get
Reese
through their
and
line.
right, they had some stars in the defensive line through the years.
Yeah, he's having a hard time getting his big frame off the field there, but you know what? Great game from him, and he deserves this break.
And he'll be pretty happy with the result, the way this game has gone. So I think,
despite all the stuff that's happened, what a fun broadcast having Westchester Cable, ICRC, Fox 19.3, all the people that made this happen, especially Lakota West. Thank you for them to have us up here, and it's been fun.
So here we go, 3rd and long from and the quarterback goes to his knee. So Smith is going to be down. It's going to be 4th and about 35. We'll see where they spot him. Maybe only 25, 26.
Have there been any offensive penalties in this drive? I don't think so. It's been all just natural tackle for losses and your errant snaps and things like that. I think it's just to the point where players are tired.
So here we go, 4th and 26 from the 14.
Our production crew's tired as well. We just heard from that truck we saw earlier.
They're Are they all getting overtime today? Not sure exactly how that works, but here we go. Back to pass. Smith is going to throw it between 2 receivers. So Princeton will actually take over 1st and 10 from the Lakota West 14-yard line with 56 seconds to go.
And you have to imagine a couple knees in this game.
Do you think?
Yeah. I don't think you try and score.
Do you let some of your younger guys just at least get a chance to run the ball?
I don't know. You got a JV game. You got a JV game. Look at that truck. They're falling asleep. They need some Diet Coke, some pizza. What do you guys got in that truck there? Not seeing any caffeine in that truck.
So it does look like they've got a back way behind the group. So they're going to sit here, and so that definitely looks like they're lining up to kneel down.
Yeah.
in the new version of victory formation, it looks like. So Lakota West has no timeouts, not that they would necessarily use them. Looks like we'll just need a couple snaps here.
And that's the kneel down, literally, as Zion Neal takes the kneel down.
There's two kids having a good time. There they are. Looks like they're pretty excited. The Princeton coaches look pretty happy.
Princeton staff is very excited. They're going to have a nice, fun drive up I-75.
I don't think anybody expected a 3-score game. Right? I can't imagine, and that will be the last play of the game. Princeton will kneel it down. So, although there's 24 seconds to go, there's no need to snap again. The teams will meet at the middle of the field. So from Firebird Stadium, wow. Princeton makes a claim for the top of the GMC and probably one of the top few teams in the region.
Absolutely.
So here we are from Lakota West. Princeton 27 and the Lakota West Firebirds 10. Anything else that we can think of? Where do you go if you're West?
Yeah, I think, Lakota West, who'd we say they have next week? They've got Fairfield next week. So you just got to get back to what you do. You got to come back to the game plan. They gave up big plays. You got to stop the big plays. I don't know if their special teams is in danger. I know Princeton had 2 special team scores. Typically, if you're West, you're not going to do an onside kick typically. That was rare. That was a rare and good play by number 21 who ran it back.
So, that's what you have, right? Do you almost just move on from this game? What a weird game, confusing game. I don't know it's indicative of anything you really want to do, should do, have done. Just so many odd scenarios.
Yeah, there's not much on film. On film, you'll look at that 4th and goal. You'll look at the end of the first half. You'll look why you didn't score within the 5. You'll look at, why you didn't score down here when you're inside the 5 on both sides.
Right.
Clean that stuff up. But, we're going to wrap it up here. And fun joint broadcast. Brent Phelan, Ken Yablonsky here. We've had a blast. Thanks for having us.
Thanks so much, everybody. You all have a great night.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to midfield for the presentation of the most valuable player from tonight's game in the Skyline Philly Crosstown Showdown. Tonight's MVP is number 1, Zion Neal.